Crumbs only. There were no cookies in there. There were only crumbs.
Somebody did eat the cookies. No, I loved the
You know he... Don't let him... Why was it even that bully you?
Why
he ate the cookies.
Why was it even a conversation? That's what I don't
Because I was looking for a cookie, and I said, where's the cookies? She said Tom ate them all, including the crumbs.
Were you complaining
It was
about
only the... No, I took that as
There were
the
only
biggest compliment in the world.
That's all there were crumbs.
Did you eat them?
No, I never had a cookie.
You made the cookies?
I was trying to get the peanut butter.
You know, did you ask him to do it, by the way?
I don't know what it is, but you're good.
Tom might want a hearing that didn't clear up. He thought he was going to be able to get out of it. He's in a hearing right now.
We'd rather have you.
I'll tell him that.
I'll let this over here. You're welcome.
And no, Tom, I was taking it as a compliment. Mark always tries to throw me under the bus.
What are you talking about?
He's stirring stuff up.
You told me he ate all the crumbs, all the cookies.
Who stole the cookie from the cookie?
Yeah, I don't know.
I changed the
You got the new...
She also told me you order pizzas all the time after we leave.
And it was chocolate.
Eat the crust.
You don't even have toppings, nothing but crust.
Yeah. The next time you're in, I'm going to tell Suzanne to tell me.
Okay.
And I always have
Yes, I'd like to order a pizza with nothing, just the crust.
Can you put sugar on it?
Actually, she said he calls up and says, send me the usual.
Oh my God. But
You're a pro.
Yeah, well, I have bands at my
I
house.
like
So
how he
you
walks
gotta,
down and yells at me.
awesome. You
Who
gotta
are you
have
to tell him I ate all the
Yeah.
cookies?
So
And it's gotta be,
yeah, and Quincy Jones sent a gal for our fundraiser.
It's a rough crowd
And
here.
they were there.
Oh my God.
And they put in an order, and so, and then they helped them to Europe with them.
That's because he said...
that's how much they like.
Yeah, so
You're
What
world
are
famous.
you stirring up now?
No,
I love it.
and we have no time.
What is it he's
because the
stirring
video was
up?
taken down.
It's
Phil
incredible.
drew because he said,
You know, the funny part is, the first one that actually realized that Dan did stir shit was Tim. He literally picked him out of the crowd. It was incredible. He had your number before anybody.
oh, my headset.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Hey, what's happening in your life? How can we help you? That's what we ask every day. You know, really, it is the only radio show in the world that helps people directly. Really, think about it. Yeah, a lot of shows give advice, they pontificate, they preach, but we just get down and dirty and help. And hey, don't blame us if we entertain along the way. That's what we do. As I've been doing in Denver for 38 years, more if you count all the other cities. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on, of course, the radio, KHOW and KRDO radio in the Springs we have, and of course our flagship 630 KHOW, and the hundreds of thousands of people that listen online and across the downloads across the country and iHeartRadio. Thank you. The show is just reaching so many fine people. And I always urge you, of course, to call us 24/7 for any consumer issues whatsoever. And it's 303-MARTINO around the clock. If we're not there, you leave a voicemail. If we're there, it goes to our office. If we're on the air, it automatically comes here. So you'll always get help at 303-MARTINO. You can also find us, as I said, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, and Quora. Do you know what Quora is? I love Quora.
That's the questions and answers.
I love that forum. I love it. And I contribute a lot to it. I just love it. I love questions and answers. So let's go to the phones, okay? We have some guests today I'm going to introduce in just 1 minute here. Some very special guests. But let's go to the phone. Shauna, what is happening?
Yes, Tom. So, back in January, I contacted you guys about my 2007 Chevy Trailblazer. My peak accurator told me it had an oil leak in there. I hired a mechanic to fix the engine, and, well, let's just say a year later, my engine is still missing. I never returned or never received my engine back, and I am still without an engine for my truck. So
Shauna, who is the mechanic? Who is the mechanic?
Josh McFarland.
Did we handle this? Like, did we go out there and try to confront this guy?
You did, and Josh did not want to come on the air, and he had told you guys that he was going to return my engine that following Monday, and you guys came back and said, I'll be lucky if I get it back in pieces in a box.
Now, that was Josh McFarland?
Yes, sir.
And the name of the shop was what?
I think it was called J&G Mobile Mechanics.
Are they still around?
To my knowledge, no.
And where is your car?
As a matter of fact, I sent a process server over to serve him with some papers to go to court, and he had actually been evicted out of his house. So
okay,
he
so
actually disappeared.
Where is your car?
It's sitting at my house in my driveway. Unfortunately, going to crap right now. And
you never got your engine back?
I never got it back. Still don't know where it's at. Never heard of, getting it back. Never got arrangements or nothing. So I did what you said to do. I took him to court, and he did not show up the first 3 times that we had to go in there. And I finally got my judgment in the amount of $7,130 and some change.
Was it Denver?
No.
Why did you have to go 3 times? I'm just curious. Why 3 times?
Well, the first time he didn't show up, and the
that's called a default judgment.
Yeah, well, the police department wasn't able to serve him.
All right, here's what I want to do. I want to know, what do you want right now? What do you need right now? You got a judgment.
Well,
what do you do now, right?
I got my judgment and all that, but I'm kind of lost at this point on how to collect on my judgment. Like, I could really use some help trying to figure out what are my next steps in collecting my judgment.
It's difficult, not impossible, to collect a judgment, and it's really, really difficult when somebody doesn't have anything because there's nothing to collect. Here are the steps, and Shauna, I can't tell you each and every detail on the air. You're just going to have to engage the services of an attorney who'll take about 30% of it. Now, here are the steps, okay? And this is a good time to talk to Gigi Wink from Wink and Wink. They are bankruptcy attorneys. They know a lot about collections, bankruptcy, credit, and finance, and we'll be talking about that. They don't just file bankruptcies, although that is a relief for people, Chapter 13 or Chapter 7. They also do debt counseling, debt settlements. But Gigi, as far as collection, the first step after a judgment is an interrogatory, right?
Sure. That's a way to force them to come to the table and give you the information about where they bank, where they work, what they own.
You have to know where they are to get them an interrogatory. If you don't know where they are...
If I may, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but if I may, I think that the judge has already done that. When we left court and she gave me my judgment, she gave me papers to serve to him about his finances.
Did you?
Finances as far as bank accounts.
Did you serve it?
Yes, he was served with it, but I haven't heard
They generally do that right there and then.
Here's the good thing, Shauna. Interrogatories, if they don't answer, this is where a lot of good attorneys really, really do well if they know what they're doing. You get a warrant for his arrest, and this guy will be thrown in jail. Now, I know a collection attorney who not only gets the warrant, but hires people to arrest the guy, because you can get a bounty hunter to arrest him. But the steps are interrogatories. The next step would be, of course, attachments or garnishments. And then there is something called writ of execution, which is the most aggressive. I remember we did this one time, and it was quite lovely. This one man, this hot tub place was taking deposits and not giving hot tubs, and also taking money for custom jobs. We got a judgment, and then literally, I know you've heard of this, Gigi, we went to his place. They served him with a writ of execution, and the creditors, the people, not the creditors, the creditors, they are creditors. They were owed money. They were allowed to go in and literally take things out of the showroom.
Up to the value of what your judgment is.
Right.
You can also take a certified copy of that judgment and register it with the clerk of the court in whatever county he lives in, and it will automatically attach to any real estate owned in that county.
I would try a bank levy first, and then exactly what Gigi said. After that, try to attach it to property.
It's not going to be easy. So those are your steps, and I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, I know you're going to say it's difficult because the guy is just ignoring everyone.
But was he in contempt? Did he fill out the
No, he
interrogatories?
He didn't.
Well, then he's got a bench warrant. You got to go back to court and
yeah,
get a bench
he doesn't-
warrant.
Yeah, you can ask the court to do that. Most will.
And have the guy picked up. How much does he owe you?
Well, the judgment was $7,130, and she tacked on 8% interest every single day
Right.
that it's
Well,
not.
that's a real judgment.
So-
This guy...
She needs to understand what happens, though. You go back to the judge. You say, hey, he did not fill out interrogatories. They put a bench warrant out for him. When he does get picked up for speeding or gets picked up, he is brought to jail, and his bail is going to be set at $7,100.
Yeah, but Shawnee, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to get a bench warrant.
Would you be able to give me the name of a good attorney that would be able to help me out with this?
Ryan Wood?
Well,
Siglian?
Brandon
Siglian.
He does collections specifically.
Yeah, Siglian then.
In addition to other things. Ryan, he's not a collection attorney.
He's great at liens and real estate.
Well, he's really good. So anyone on our referral list can help you. Now, you guys probably don't get involved.
We don't. We're on the other side of the fence there.
A guy off the referral list that's very aggressive we talked about before, and I have to tell you, the reason I mention him is because the only reason he's not on the referral list is because he does commercial work, and there's a bunch of commercial work, and he doesn't really look for consumer work. But if you could convince him to take yours, Frank Ball, this guy, I know Gigi doesn't like him.
He's a bulldog.
He doesn't like you. Don't like him because
no, but that's what you want when you're trying to collect a judgment.
You know, that's how we got Jay Lopez thrown in the pokey, was interrogatories. He didn't turn him in.
303-713-8255. Okay, that you've heard Gigi Wink from Wink and Wink. We have another special guest we'll introduce in a minute. Becky, what's happening?
I am I'm a real estate agent representing a seller.
Okay.
Who needed to get some work done to get their house ready for market, and I recommended the tree service that I use to do some removal and some replanting. Apparently, he subbed out the stump grinding and didn't pay that person, even though I paid the tree guy in full. And I got my seller was out of state, got a message through Facebook saying that they were about to get a lien put on their property because this guy, the tree guy did not pay the stump guy. And when I talked to the tree guy, he said he'll take care of it, but the stump people are still saying that he's just threatening them because apparently they didn't do the work that he wanted, and my tree guy, when he went to plant, had to hand dig the roots.
The first things first, did the house close?
No, that's the problem. It's going to be a lien. She's threatening to file a lien. It's set to close the end of September.
But she, meaning the stump grinder?
Yes.
And what's the name of the stump grinding company which is doing nothing wrong? Who are they?
You know what? I'm sorry I don't have that information.
Okay.
I'm in the car right now, but I can get it for you.
That's okay. The stump grinding company wants to put a lien on the house because they ground the stump and did not get paid by the tree guy. Now, the closing is set for what?
September 26th.
Can it be done sooner?
I don't think so because the buyers, it is now under contract and the buyers are getting a loan.
How much is it?
The house?
Yeah.
Oh, the house is listed for $340.
Okay, so here's the deal. If they were going to do a lien, why didn't they do the lien? I just don't understand that part.
Well, because she wanted to give me the chance to pay her first.
I don't think it's going to matter. She's got an affirmative defense if that was her primary residence.
No, Mark, I think it's wrong because she doesn't own it yet. And the real estate agent did it, not the owner of the house even. And the buyer of the house doesn't own it yet. The seller of the house, who actually contracted for this? Who was really the customer?
Me.
Okay, you were the customer, and you took it upon yourself to do it for the seller. Or the buyer. Which one?
I did it for the seller.
Okay, and the seller was going, the seller is your client.
Correct.
And the seller was going to pay for this?
And out of proceeds from closing, I fronted the money because
how much is it?
Out of work. $1,295 was the total job. $250 for the stump grinding.
Was the invoice or bill made out to the seller?
No, it was made to me.
Now listen, now Becky, you're a smart person because you've already knew the wisdom of fronting this money. And here's what I'm asking: worst case scenario. If you cover the $250, your seller is going to reimburse you the $1,295, right?
Yes.
Okay, so worst case scenario, let's say worst case, you're out $250. Worst case scenario is that if you pay it, you're out $250. And if you do it, then you can go after the guy who did it. I think that's the guy who did not pay, and that's the tree guy. Do you know the name of the tree guy?
I do, and I hate to say it on the air because he's done great work for me in the past, but yes.
Okay, so if you don't want to say it on the air, that's fine. Why isn't he paying?
He said because they didn't do the job that he contracted them for. They were supposed to grind it was a dead crabapple tree on the front, and they were supposed to grind it out sufficiently so he could replant the new tree that we bought.
But he did, but he did not do it properly. Did the tree guy have to go ahead and do more work?
Correct. He spent 4 hours digging the stump.
All right.
So that's
that's between the tree guy and this guy. And did you tell him what it's doing to you?
I did.
And what did he say?
He said, don't worry about it. They're not really serious about filing the lien. And the stump lady, even agreed to come down $50.
Okay.
So I think I could just pay out of pocket for $200.
I would pay it and get a receipt and then go after the tree guy. Now listen.
Why not bond around it in closing? Why not put it in escrow and then fight for it?
You could do that too. You can what's called bonding around it. You basically put the money up and it's a bond. But that, if you want to do that, you can do it. Here's the deal. You're very proactive. Keep going. You'll get the $12.95 at closing. The extra $200. The tree guy, we can get it for you. I mean, I'm almost positive if unless the guy's a deadbeat and hates his reputation. But you remind me, and I'm serious, I'm going to turn it into a commercial for Frank Duran. This is the kind of thing Frank would do. I mean, this woman took it upon herself to do this. And Becky, who are you with, by the way, Becky?
Yes.
Who are you with? What company?
I am a sole proprietor. I'm Crockett and Company, and my daughter and I are it.
You know what? You really do sound, and I'm serious, there are people, I've had real estate people before, that would never, ever do anything proactive like this. And I just want to, my hat's off to you. I mean, I'm serious. Get her name and number or have her call us back. Give her a back line. We'll help her go after this tree guy. And by the way, this is the kind of thing, Frank Duran, the real estate man. I mean, seriously, these are the kind of people I have on the referral list. Frank has, he even cleans your house when he lists it. And he doesn't hold you to a long-term contract. If you want out, he lets you out. He's a great guy. He is at 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. And again, Becky, you really are the kind of people we're looking for.
Grab her info and send it to
Yeah, grab her info. She's a good person.
Who wouldn't? From 200 to
No, you would be surprised. You want to know something? We've had people at real estate closings, I swear to God, that argued over a couple $100, and the two real estate people could have split it and walked away with thousands, and they didn't.
That's stupid.
It is. It's crazy.
I know it sounds that way.
It does.
I had a guy argue. There was a missing range in a closing I was having. And it was somebody obviously took it out. It was one of the, and I know what happened probably. They had the code, the lockbox. Somebody took it.
Someone went in and...
Somebody took it. So at closing, I think this was like $1,200. And if they were going to make on this house, they were going to make like 30, 40 grand between them. I wanted to be reimbursed, and I knew it was somebody
who had access to that lot.
And I said, guys, do commercials about this, because who's going to pay for this? The seller says, well, I'm not. I said, well, you're going to risk the sale of your home.
Wholesale over this.
And then my listing guy says, will you split it with me? We each go $600. And the selling agent, the buying agent said, or whoever, the listing agent, absolutely not. We had nothing to do with it. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
He was gonna ruin the whole deal for $600, and he was gonna walk away with 20 grand.
That's crazy.
So
cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Right. But imagine he thought he was listing agent, so he'd get the money down the road no matter what.
Oh.
Unless the guy says
gross. Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, because I was the buyer, and that was the listing agent who refused to help. That's right. And I thought, I couldn't believe how small-minded this person was to do that. 9. So, JL, Kurt, 720. How you doing? Good. 5559. Oh, this cancer patient with the wind. Did you check the siding for that guy?
Yeah.
My son.
Okay. It's okay.
He signed. He had good. Used to have good credit.
Yeah.
710.
Yeah.
He signed for one of his friends.
Oh,
Told me this last
it
time.
was terrible.
The guy won't even turn the car in.
So now he's.
Who's it in? Who's the car's name in?
Both of them.
Yeah.
Repo it.
We don't even know where it's at.
No one knows
He won't
where
tell
it
them
is,
that.
or else the
Well, fine.
lender would have repoed
Our
it.
guy will repo it for free, Mark.
We got to find him.
Yeah.
We don't know where it's at.
So they're going to hit him with the whole car.
Oh yeah.
So, is it
And-
worth going bankrupt?
It could
It's
be.
going to be.
How much
nine-
is it?
It's going to be about 9,000.
How old is your son?
19, going to be 20.
Oof.
Well, that's a terrible time to do it.
It is. I mean, it'll be gone. You know.
Early enough for
He has
Early
some.
nothing.
enough.
He has nothing.
Yes.
That lady with
He's
timeshare
gonna-
exit
He's
team
gonna get sued. Or else
doesn't
he's
want to
gonna
sign
up
what we were
to pay
talking
it all
about.
back,
She wants
right?
to come on the
So
air
his
and ask us
options
about
are
it.
pay
You want to
this
do it
loan
on the
off.
air
I
or
don't
do you
care if
want
she
to
does it
do
on there, but it's reasonable what they're asking her.
Well, I tried to explain
Or
that
it's
to her,
already
but
in
she's
default,
like,
so he'd have to
Yeah, let's
call
have
them
her
and
on.
say, can I get on a payment plan?
He's already been talking about the payment plan.
She did. She did one. I don't understand. Did you send that back to
So
Scott?
yes, and I haven't heard back.
But they have taken care of almost everything.
Well, I think she's adding something to this that's going to
No, you have
might
to get
change
all
her
physically.
mind.
Don't tell me.
I didn't quite understand
Right,
it.
but could he do it? Would it be that simple? to
I think
do
she's
it?
just, honestly, if I had to guess, she's just so skeptical because it's been 2.5 years.
He's already been
But
to the
they
bank
admit they
twice to
dropped the
talk
ball
to
on
him,
that.
so the
Yeah.
other guy won't even return calls to the bank. And
So he could try to settle with the bank for less than what he owes. He'll get 1099.
oh, he will.
Yeah,
How much is
but
it, yeah?
if he doesn't have a lot of
9,000.
income, that won't be a big deal.
Once they do the repo.
Yeah, but they're probably gonna want like 50%.
Really?
Do a skip trace with ICS and find the guy. And if he's in
Well, we
state,
know where he lives.
But
Well, you
even
don't know
if
where
they
the
get
car
the
is?
car back, it's still gonna, he's still gonna owe.
Well, where would
They're
the
never
car
gonna
be?
sell the
We've
car
already
for
looked.
10
We've
grand. They'll sell the car, even if they get the car back.
Right, they'll sell it for hardly anything.
Right, and he'll still be on the hook.
Right.
So, I mean, he could, you know, if he gets a tax refund, he doesn't want to file with that in the balance because the trustee will take it from him when he files. So timing is a big deal when you're filing.
God, I don't know.
When you have nothing, you don't want to lose
but if there's
what little
nothing,
you have.
if there's nothing for anybody to come after, who cares, right?
What do you mean? If he doesn't file?
What are they going to come after?
They'll just sue him and they'll be able to garnish him and they can revive the judgment. It'll go on for, 15 years.
So it's better to go
Potentially.
bankruptcy then.
Yeah, because
Does
then
he have any credit cards?
Yes.
those all go into. Yeah, he should consider it.
Consider bankruptcy?
Yeah.
It's a serious problem.
Yeah. Have him call me. and
I'm Tom Martino, Common Man today. JL Weber from Loveland. We deputized JL when we needed someone to go out and check on a siding job for a guy, cancer patient, who got ripped. I think they have since taken care of the siding. JL went out and inspected it for us. The only requirements here to be a deputy, long-time listener, and you have to love and adore me. That's it. And also, of course, we pluck you from the great unwashed. We don't want any hotsy-totsy, snobby people here. You have to be one of the masses. And JL, thank you very much. Although I like your shirt there, that looks pretty fancy to me. You got to turn that mic on, JL, and say hi. I'm sorry, they never told you how to do that. That's on, that's off. And then I'm guessing you're not an engineer. What did you do? What did you do for a living? Or do? I don't mean what did you do. I mean, what do you do?
I work for an insurance company.
Oh.
Prior to that, I was...
Nobody checked this guy out before we let him in? What do you do for insurance?
I manage bail bond agents in the Rocky Mountain region.
Oh, really? Now that's cool. Bail bond agents. So you're a manager. You're with the underwriter.
Correct.
And on that underwriting, what's the default rate on that?
Less than 10%, probably.
I would have said it was even less than that, probably. I mean, like less than 2 or 3. But it's up around 10%. Yeah. So this insurance, that's what it is. When you bond people, you're ensuring that they're going to show up, and you take a premium, right? So it comes right down to insurance.
Eventually, yes. Every state requires that bail bondsmen be backed by an insurance company.
Then you go after the security. Or not you, but
right,
the company.
The bail bond agents are independent contractors, so they run their own business. They recover their own skips.
So if somebody, if I have like $100,000 bail, okay, bail, what do I have to do to get $100,000 bail? If I don't have the money, what do I do?
Call a bail bondsman.
Okay. Now, the bail bondsman, being an independent contractor, then writes a bond. What does he require, or she? What do they require?
Collateral.
And so they want to cover the $100,000, or do they want to cover the bond, or what? What do they want to cover?
If they're smart, they'll cover the cost, the face value of the bond.
Okay. What does the bond cost me if I want to, or my wife, or my cousins, whatever, trying to bail me out? What does that bond cost for $100,000?
It varies by state.
But like here, right? Oh, 10%?
In Colorado, you can write a bail bond for 15% or below.
So, then when I write a check, let's say for 10%, the guy says it's going to cost you 10%. Is that $10,000 the cost, or is that temporary? Do I get some of that back?
The 10% is the premium of the bond.
So no matter what, if I have a $100,000 bail, the bond is going to cost me 10, and I'll never get it back.
Or 15.
Or 15, and I won't get it back.
Right, that's
just to get my freedom.
That's for the service of the agent that posts the bond.
And am I correct in saying if they didn't have collateral such as a house with equity in it, they're probably not going to get the bond?
Likely.
So not only are they 100% backing up the bond, they are also paying a handsome penny for it. I mean, they're paying...
I'd argue that. Most of them probably are making 10% on their money. I don't know. Is that outrageous? I don't think that's outrageous.
Well, I don't know. So
not all bonds are secured, necessarily, with
but why would
actual physical collateral.
Why would anyone write a bond that's not secured?
Oh, they do it all the time.
They do. They write a bond, and if the guy takes off, what do they go after?
They often require co-signers to sign on the bond, which is a contract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. So they can go after that co-signer.
Correct.
Can he bankrupt out of it, Gigi? If you sign on a bond, can you bankrupt out of it?
I think so. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's an exception that would apply.
If it's an unsecured debt.
If Mark's in jail.
If it's unsecured.
Yeah. So I
use Dan as an example.
Okay. Dan's in jail, and Mark was his accomplice, so I have two bails. If I put up a bond, I could probably bankrupt if they come after me. That would seem like weird. So it's a big risk. You're dealing with seedy people. I mean, not all the time. But here's what I want to ask. As far as collection, have you seen people lose their homes over this?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
And so and by the way, who's typing in my ear? Oh, you are. Just keep your mic off. That's okay. Because people say they can hear me typing, and they can't hear me typing because I don't type. They also say they can hear me eating. They can't hear me eating because I never eat on the air. Okay. So, the other thing.
That is not me.
So it's a 10 or 15%. They're not all secured. When they are, they go after security. And I would think if you had your mom, like, bail you out, and you know she's going to lose her home, I couldn't believe that a guy would take off knowing his mom would lose her home. But you say, yeah.
It happens.
Man. God, that's sad. 303-713-TALK. Well, by the way, as a common man, you're welcome to chime in on anything you hear, just as if you're sitting here and doing the show. And then also, of course, if anybody has any questions about bail bonds, that's an interesting line of work. 303-713-8255. I'll take you in the order you've come in. Let's take Mike. And Mike, what's happening with you? What's going on, Mike?
Am I with you?
Yes, you are, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you. I purchased a vehicle. I'll try and keep this short. I purchased a vehicle from Big Mike Mountain Ford in December. I bought a powertrain warranty with that. The truck didn't work out. They weren't able to fix it, and the warranty didn't cover anything. So in May, I traded that truck in and got another one from them. At that time, I got a different warranty, the one that covers everything, the premium warranty. And on their paperwork, it says if you cancel that within 30 days, you get your full refund. I did that, canceled it, gave them written notice and everything, and it took forever. Nobody would get back to me about how the process works.
So you canceled the warranty within 30 days?
Yes.
Why did you even buy it to begin with?
Well, because the truck, it's a $34,000 truck. It's a diesel. From what I've seen from other people, when something goes wrong with it.
Okay, well, then I'll ask you the other question. Then why did you cancel it?
Okay.
You just told me why you bought it. Why'd you cancel it?
Because I found another carrier that has the exact same policy for $1,100 cheaper.
All right. By the way, JL Weber, you're in as a common man. You're in the insurance business. Aren't extended warranties kind of insurance too, right? They have underwriters.
I assume. I don't know a lot about that.
You're not into that. But it seems to me like that's what it is. And he just said he found another company cheaper. And I imagine there aren't that many underwriters all in all when you think about it. So let's talk about this. Did you ever get your money back on this warranty?
They gave me partial back.
What did they keep? How much?
$266.
Out of how much?
Out of $4,100.
And why?
They're saying that there's a $75 cancellation fee.
And was there?
Prorated it.
Was there?
No, not if you do it within the 30 days. It says right in your writing. Plus, what they did is when I wrote the check, when I upgraded, I wrote a check for $1,900. That was the difference in between the old warranty and the new warranty.
I got it.
Okay. They prorated the old warranty, which is fine. They never processed my check. They never processed any of it.
Okay.
So the check was sitting under somebody's
that doesn't matter. I mean, here's what matters. Is the refund fair or not? Hold on. Is it fair or not? It's that simple. And speaking of cars, Rocky's Auto, 63rd and Federal, you know, they have a warranty that they underwrite themselves. Rocky's has the largest selection of used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans around, 63rd and Federal. From Fort Collins all the way down to the Springs, you guys can drive to Rocky's at 63rd and Federal in Denver, and you will love what you see. Not only variety in product with the colors and models and makes and all that, but variety in financing. 40 lenders to choose from. Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8, 303-426-4646.
4,100 for.
I just can't believe the money they're getting for these things.
And then
It's crazy.
And then they don't cover it.
Jeez Louise.
It's curious that you deputized me because I actually was a deputy sheriff for 27 years.
We'll have a little program here where we actually officially deputize you.
Oh, cool. I get to swear on
Absolutely.
Nothing is more important than your health. Hi, I'm Donnie, president of Fitness Gallery Superstore, where we sell the world's finest fitness equipment. We're celebrating 20 years of keeping Colorado in shape with 20.
You know about the anti-monetary bail that's sweeping the country?
What is that?
It's called pretrial release. It's basically they evaluate a defendant, and if they deem that he is trustworthy enough, which is a fallacy in the system, the evaluation tool is crap. And so they basically let them out on their promise to appear in court. And if they fail to appear, there's nobody looking for them.
But that's been going on for years.
Yeah, but you've got a dog in that fight. I mean, that's why you don't like it.
Oh, absolutely.
But don't most people?
I mean,
what's the percentage of skips?
Right.
Oh,
like
you don't
zero.
pay anything. There would be a lot.
Is it under 1%? The percentage of skips?
Oh no.
No, it's
more
high.
like 10.
No way, really?
I thought.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
It's like when Denver locks up a bunch of homeless. They want them out of there. I know homeless guys by one of my old stores years ago would literally do stuff to get thrown in jail during the winter. And, I mean, they'd let them out. They didn't have any money.
yeah, it's not unusual for a bail bondsman to have $40,000, $50,000 in skips out there.
Wow.
I have several in Louisiana that are in the six figures.
Can I buy purely an insurance without putting up, in other words, is there an insurance product, if I was a bail bondsman, could I come to you for an insurance policy that would actually cover if the guy skips? In other words, I get whatever I needed back.
No, because fundamentally that's what my company does.
Okay.
Is that we appoint you in Colorado as a bail bond agent. You have to be appointed by a surety company. So we appoint you, and that basically says that we will financially back you in forfeitures and judgments.
But you're not going to do that for someone unless they have the means to basically pay you guys back, the insurance company, right?
Now,
or there's a little risk tolerance?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
We have lost our pants on agents that have skipped out on us and left forfeitures.
Have you ever used the dog to go after one of the skippers?
Well, I don't do that, but
okay.
I don't know of that.
He's in Denver.
That's another whole thing, is recovering skips. Bounty hunters, oh my God.
The dog.
The dog.
So if they get them,
we want to move these.
You pay them right there, huh?
How much? 94 gigs. I'm going to get...
yeah, they usually charge 10%.
Did you see that email on podcast? No. I want to get a... I'm going to go buy a drive today afterwards.
What did it say?
We've got to free up space on their server, and then we've got 94 gigs of stuff there. I don't want to get rid of it. I want to keep it.
Why do we have it more than others?
Well, because they have access, and they can go in and delete their own. We have no freaking access.
Who can?
Like Brown, whoever. We don't have access to the system. But we have, we use up more space than anybody. So they're saying we've got to clear some of this out. My only point is, if I bring in an external drive, they can copy it over so we can at least archive it and put it somewhere.
Whatever you need.
actually you buy a 3 terabyte for like $60.
Oh, they're cheap as shit.
I think Costco may even have a sale on them.
Talk Radio 630 KL will help you. For many businesses, hiring is tough. You want access to highly qualified candidates fast. You don't want to sign a long-term contract and pay upfront fees. That's why you need Indeed.com, delivering 6 times more hires than any other job site, according to independent research. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/credit. That's Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Keep it on KHOW to keep up with what matters. Martino now, Hannity at 1 on Denver's top station, 630.
Was he not there? Old guy?
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, here to help you with all of your problems, okay? Let's just keep going here. Gigi Wink is here from Wink & Wink Bankruptcy Attorneys, who can talk about any credit and finance issues. And I always ask this as an indication of the economy. So bankruptcies trending up or down?
They've been trending down for the last 5 years. I think there's been a few months where they've gone up maybe 10-12%, but it's not
why
a
would
steady.
that happen?
Well,
why would a spike happen?
I don't know. Well, certainly there's seasonal stuff, and I would have to drill down into that a little more. But car loans are a huge problem right now.
They are.
I'm seeing it constantly.
What?
Well, as you like to talk about, rolling negative equity into a new car loan, and we're talking about people doing that. 17%.
Oh my goodness.
15%.
Think about having a car. You already probably overpaid a bit. Then you take $4 or $5 grand from a previous purchase, put it in there, and then you're paying 16-17%. Can you imagine that? I mean, you're not only upside down, but you're paying an enormous amount of money.
Enormous. And then if that car has issues, right? Because sometimes these people sometimes do it on used vehicles. So this is not a car that's under a great warranty or that's super reliable.
No.
You know, these are cars that are fallible, and people are living on the edge. They have a huge car payment, and now they have a $2,000 repair bill. They're done.
I want to give you a number on what she's talking about. Right. I read a huge article on this. So in 2009, In 2009, we had $2.5 billion of subprime auto bonds.
Yep.
In 2009. Now listen, 2016, $25 billion subprime.
It's a bubble. It's a little bubble.
Well, so
I mean, it's little
loans.
compared
We
to
know that.
student loans. It's little, yeah.
Student loans and the used car. Big problems. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Naughton problem here. Mike, well, it's not really a Naughton problem. So you bought the car, and here's the refund, less $266 for surrender on a $4,100 thing. It's all a matter of contract, Mike. I mean, are they saying you didn't surrender in the first 30 days? Is that the bottom line?
No, they're not saying that at all. They sent me a check just minus the 266, and what they're saying is that 266 is for prorating that. And
are you sure they don't prorate it, even for the first 30?
It says in their paperwork, in their legal documents, it says we will refund the purchase price of the agreement within 45 days of written notice, a full refund.
Within 45 days of the notice, but it says a full refund if done in the first 30 days. Where's that part?
And I did do that. Yes.
But where's that part? I didn't hear it.
You didn't read that.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted me to read the whole thing. Your application, proof of payment, and statement of the odometer reading on or before the 30th day from the signature date, and no claims have been filed under this agreement. The selling dealer will cancel this agreement and refund the purchase.
Okay, it says selling dealer. So, did you go to Naughton, and what did they say? It sounds like it's on. Are they the ones that issued the check then to you?
They never cashed my... Yes, they did.
Okay, they issued the refund. All right.
I think we can call over and get this handled.
We need to call Mike Naughton. I mean, if it's as plain as you say, I don't have it in front of me, then they can't just invoke a fee. They can't do it. It's that simple.
Unless they're saying he didn't do it in the 30 days.
Right, and then we'd have to prove you did it in the first 30 days. And what would you offer as proof that you canceled within the first 30 days? What proof?
I have an email.
Okay,
I don't have it in front of me right now, but I do have an email that I wrote to all of them.
Is it acknowledged, this email? I'm just curious.
Yes. Yes,
Good.
It took a while, but then they apologized. They said, sorry for not responding to you. We're working on it.
Excellent. 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 Okay, Deputy Dan, why don't you take that one and see what's going on with that? 303-713-TALK. Michelle's turn. Michelle, what's going on, Michelle?
Well, I'm having issues with my HOA and management company. The management company is MSI. I live in a townhome.
And what's the problem?
Well, my basement has flooded 4 times. I live in an N unit, and I've already sued them once and won.
Wait, who did you sue?
The HOA.
Really? Now you got to tell me about that. What did you sue them? How much did you sue them for?
I sued them for the repairs on my basement.
How much was it?
Over $5,000.
I'm really proud of you. You literally took them to court, and they wrote a check to you.
I didn't have to take them to court. My lawyer at the time just did it all through their lawyer and himself. And then, but the problem was this happened over 2 years ago in June of 2015, and they have yet to repair the issue at hand, where I'm an N unit, so my downspout.
So, Michelle, this damage that you're calling about is from that original flood that you sued them on.
Correct.
And they lost. What did they lose? They lost what? They lost something saying that they weren't going to pay. What did they actually lose?
Well, when they scoped my drain, that was the issue. They found a crack in it. But however, they wouldn't pay the lawyer fees because my lawyers say that would admit to fault. So they paid the basement and they paid what they were trying to charge about. Now, I'm not the only person. There's about 30 of us who have flooded in this townhome.
Did they fix the sewer?
No, they haven't. It still has a rerouted downspout over 2 years ago, and I want to sell my place, and I can't. Right. And my basement flooded again.
So the original problem they never fixed, and you flooded again. Well, it sounds to me like you have proof that they did it once before and paid. And so, how much damage do you have this time?
It's probably going to be a little over $2,000, but this time it flooded through my egress window, the window well.
I understand.
Which, yeah. So, and I had to pay $1,800 for my contractor friend to come and dig it deeper because it wasn't dug deep enough, he said, and put.
All right.
You know,
this is a simple problem. You have damages that they never fixed from before, which led to new damages now.
It sounds like they maybe did a settlement, because she said they wouldn't pay the attorney's fees because they didn't want to admit fault. That's not a judgment from a judge.
No, that was a settlement.
So the terms of the settlement may have been breached if they had agreed to fix something,
Now,
but if not, then you're starting over.
Do you have that settlement you can send to us?
I can try and get it.
Well,
from my
we need
lawyer,
it.
yes.
We need it because they're going to say it's not our fault, never our fault. We're not admitting it's our fault, therefore we're not going to fix anything ever. Now, they did some repairs back then, right?
No, they've done nothing. I paid for when I got the money, I had my basement repaired, but
Well, yeah, but it sounds like they did a cash settlement. It's done. It's over.
How much was the cash settlement?
A little over $8,000 because.
Well, then they fixed it. I mean, what they weren't supposed to. Listen, Michelle, for that $8,000, what were you supposed to do for that $8,000? What did that cover?
What they were also trying to do is charge all the homeowners. $5,280 restoration. No, come out and they help with the flooding because my basement flooded 3 times initially within a month.
Michelle, I need really basic information. You made a cash settlement for $8,000. That was to cover your damages, right?
And a lien against my house that would have gone against my house if I didn't pay the $5,280 restoration bill that they were charging all of us.
But they didn't pay. They didn't charge you that, right? So I'm going to ask.
They charged me. I had to pay it. Yes.
Well, how much?
I had to pay the $2,700.
And that was, but you had to pay that, and that came out of your $8,000?
Yes.
Okay. The $2,700 was for what? This was an assessment for what?
No, it wasn't an assessment. It was what they were charged by the restoration company who came out to all the townhomes when we all flooded to get the water out and dry it up.
I got you. So you sued them and got $8,000, which more than made up for that. What did the other homeowners do? They just paid it?
Yeah, they sat around. No, some of them haven't. Some of them have not paid it. And
all right, hold on just a sec, okay? This is getting way more complicated than it needs to be, but it comes down to the good old HOA. I think she settled that, and now this is a new case. We have more coming right up.
This report is brought to you by the Arvada Center.
There's a couple of slow spots on I-25 southbound, that is. Southbound I-25 approaching 58. There was a crash there blocking the lanes and the highway. It's been cleared off to the right shoulder. However, there's still activity off to the right shoulder, so that's causing people to slow down approaching 58. Backups to the turnpike. Southbound I-25 slow approaching downtown as well. Stop and go from Colfax backed up to the I-70 interchange. There's some street sweeping operations going on along that stretch on the right shoulder as well. That's causing delays. The weather forecast, about a 30% chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high near 86. Right now, mostly cloudy and 72. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
The Arvada Center performs the musical A Chorus Line, opening September 12th through October 1st. For tickets and more information, go to arvadacenter.com. That's arvadacenter.com.
Major key alert! Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by GetSchooled and the Ad Council.
I love this story about Mitch. You know, what do you do when you have $300 in your pocket and you come to America and you say, I want to start a business? Well, he went to work for a business and he started to learn the granite business. Then he said, I want to start my own shop. Now, Mitch and his team, they're fabricators. They take the ugly stone and turn it into countertops. And he wanted to do countertops a different way. First off, you don't have to buy the whole slab or 2 or 3. You just buy what you need. And you don't have to go to a big, ugly warehouse. He meets you at your home, and then he designs a counter. You don't pay for any more granite than you need, but he doesn't mark up the granite. You can even buy it from one of his other suppliers. You don't have to buy it from him. He'll just charge for the fabrication and installation.
I really want to talk to this bum on 5. or whatever.
Good.
This guy
I want to
opens
be,
up
that's why I
everything.
came back. So.
Who? The dog surgery?
I don't know if he listens on Facebook, so I gotta really watch it.
This is you haven't heard about this one, DJ?
Just don't, because I'm afraid.
Okay. We'll deal with it on air.
Yeah, I don't like one part of it, man. I am so irritated. Please let him run the news. Please let him run the news. Tom's very good.
Getting ready. He's getting ready.
Let him run the news. Let him throw it over the tree. Let him put it on. Let him walk up onto the ladder, and then I'll come by and knock over the ladder.
But let's not be mean to him. He's still a hurting old man. No, seriously.
Okay, well.
No, you can be mean.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't want to be mean.
And I was going to be nice. I just love you, sir.
I mean, I don't want to be
doesn't get
responsible
to be
for this
mean
guy
to-
killing himself or something. I don't know.
Good cop.
I don't want to be I don't want to be that. Listen, it's not that egregious.
Let's see what he
It
says.
really isn't that egregious.
I disagree. Not if there was people like that donating to it because of that reason. And I bet there was.
He didn't emphasize a big deal about being a veteran. He mainly said it was his buddy, the dog. He loves his dog. He needs to get her fixed. The problem is when a guy isn't totally truthful, is he even telling the truth about that?
About anything.
Which he is. Right.
How do you know?
Because Allie went there.
Oh, and
He
saw
met
the
him.
mud.
Yeah, we saw the dog.
Saw him?
So in him, he had oxygen. She took a picture of him.
I can see it. I know what he did. He's probably got an oxygen tank in the closet. He pulls out when people come home. Then he was out running laps on the treadmill the second she left.
Oh my goodness. He is.
Brick.
He's a heartless man.
And he moved into this crummy place because he was from his $500,000 house.
Yeah, that's right. He left. He just, that's a shack that he owns too. And he's actually a slumlord. He kicked his renters out for the day when Allie came over. And he moved back to his $500,000 house in Islands Ranch.
This lady has social anxiety and doesn't want to come on the air, but I thought we could read it, but I need it summed up. It's a BK thing.
Okay.
Gigi, I'm going to come back next break and
Social
check in about it.
anxiety.
She's got a traumatic brain injury.
Oh, Jesus.
But I don't know how to bring it up on the air.
What do we look like, a Twitter show? What is this? Social anxiety.
We're tough here, JL, let me tell you.
Well, I'll say it.
We're thinking about being bail's bondsmen.
Things like, why can't I get my scissors to work with my left hand? And as usual on Friday, we'll have some answers.
Oh, it's a chapter 13.
Yeah, I got it.
31 in school loans.
But they paid off a lot of them in the 13, but the interest continued to accrue even though Hypel said it wouldn't.
Is that, well,
I doubt
down to the north,
I
right?
doubt he said that.
I think it's
He is a bad guy, but he wasn't an idiot.
He's not an
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Gigi Wink here from Winky Wink. Let's talk. We got a lot going on here, okay? The guy with the refund from Mike Naughton Ford, he said they took out $266. Did you get to him, Dan? Did you call?
I got his information. I still wasn't able to give him a call. I'll come back.
So we're waiting to hear from Naughton as to why, when they canceled the extended warranty within that 30 days, they took out $266. You know, so many times fees are assessed that are not agreed to. You know, one that comes to mind are transfer fees when you sell a condo or a townhome, or even in a community where there's an HOA. They have these so-called transfer fees. You know, if you never agreed to those transfer fees, if they were never voted in, if they were never part of the bylaws, you don't just have to pay a fee because they say you do. Now, mind you, the HOA is doing nothing except they heard you're selling your place and they want a fee for it. Think about that. And speaking of HOAs, Michelle has an HOA problem here. Now, here's the bottom line, Michelle. Hold on. Here's what I discerned. There was a flooding problem a few years ago, and you sued or took legal action, and they made a cash settlement of $8 grand. That's the extent of your damage. So when I said, did they fix it, and you said no, now I understand what you mean. You're saying they never fixed the original cause of the flooding.
Correct.
But they did
Absolutely.
but they did theoretically fix you because that's what the $8,000 settlement was for. So what we have now is new flooding as a result of them not fixing the original flooding problem, right?
Correct.
Okay, now the new damage is something that they could say, you know, if in another world, they could say, well, oh, it flooded. Well, that's not our fault because we can't help that. We never knew there was a problem. However, you have living proof that they knew there was a problem because they had to pay years ago for this problem. So here's what I want to ask. And Mark brought up a question. If, in fact, it's a cracked sewer line or whatever is causing the flooding, why did they not simply fix it?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
And I'm still fighting with them every month.
I want to ask you this. What is the cause of the flooding that they did not fix? What is it?
It is a crack in the drain that I can't put my downspout into. I put it down in there, my basement floods. If I
Whoa,
reroute
just
it,
yours? Is yours the only one that floods now?
No. Other people flood through their windows, their egress windows. I don't know other people who've had drainage issues.
But what's causing the water to go into the egress windows?
They say that we just have too much water from the rain lately.
Well, okay, so they're saying they're not doing anything wrong.
Right. Correct.
Right. And that could be. I mean, truly, it could be. You have to make the case that something they're neglecting to do is causing your flooding.
But I don't think it's going into her egress window, is it?
Yeah.
Well, it did this last time, yes. So
Okay, after it rained 10 days, though.
No. It just rained a big rain once,
Okay.
and that was it.
So,
And it went in.
So a very simple question. This drain, this downspout you're talking about, it normally goes where?
Down into the drain that's cracked, and then out into the road or wherever when they did the
Okay, so it goes down underground, and then it goes out to the street. And now where does it go? Since you can't put it in there, where do you put it?
It's been rerouted over the side of my fence for 2.5, almost like since
Temporarily rerouted. You're doing everything right by doing that because you have mitigated your damages. It sounds to me like they know they have a problem they haven't addressed. And we need to figure out how to go after them. Hold on a second. We have a lot more to talk about. You guys call if you have a problem, question, or complaint. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. When you don't think there's hope, give us a call. Two things happen when you get a DUI, a criminal charge, and a civil proceeding against your license. Get an experienced, aggressive attorney who can help you in both areas. Joseph A. Lazare.
I was on in Maine. I got a call back in a couple hours.
Who was it? Who'd you ask for?
Billy? Billy the GM.
How come you didn't ask for Mike?
Mike is dead.
Is he really?
He's not dead.
No.
His dad.
I see him on TV.
Was that family business? I worked there for a summer.
Did you really?
His dad worked
before law school.
Were they pretty straight up?
Yeah. I worked in the fleet department.
I don't think we ever get
We
complaints.
should have you call.
He never
Remember
had
me?
It was so long ago.
I
It
vacuumed
was
down
20
cars
years ago.
occasionally.
20 years ago.
It's amazing what jobs do.
It's funny. Yep. Driving out to Aurora every day. Sucks. I don't like driving to Aurora from Aurora.
Hey, is Tom around? It's Mark Major. I'm doing great.
Yeah, it's in a good place.
Aurora's got so many different places.
Yeah. Changed completely.
Plus, it's huge. I mean, you got great places. It's got bad places.
Definitely got bad places.
As we do in any other
But
weather.
New Orleans Mayor Mitch Landrieu as Tropical Storm Harvey takes aim at the Louisiana and Texas coastlines. A dire situation right now. The National Hurricane Center is
New Orleans floods like once a month.
Why did they even save that city?
Hey,
pardon me, New Orleans people.
I
It's
know.
below sea level.
Category 3, a major hurricane to make landfall along the Texas coast, and they have slowed down the timeline.
Do you guys do decks?
Saturday, 7 a.m. Fox
Do you guys do decks? I've got someone wondering who to use there that does decks, and I remember him saying that he did 2 or 3 decks this week or last week, so I want to make sure. Okay, I'm going to send him your info right now.
Are Cambodia,
Bye.
Eritrea, Guinea and Sierra Leone.
Who'd you call?
It's the one I met with yesterday.
Oh, great. That's perfect.
Finding great candidates to hire can be, well, like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter is different. It doesn't depend on candidates finding you.
What do you think of this whole one with the money?
Powerful technology.
Yeah, what do you think? Someone calls up and gets donations under a false pretense. What do you think of it? Honest to God.
You already know my child.
Other companies might deliver
I
a
know
lot
my
of
dad had
pay.
a dog.
ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for.
I don't.
They don't tug at your heart.
Let's pretend it's not a dog, okay? Let's pretend it's something else. No, not a person. That's going a little too far. Whatever. They need a wheelchair. There, a wheelchair. But then they lie about service in order to get a wheelchair.
/free.
Hey, Scott, Mark Major with the Troubleshooter Show. How are you, man? Hey, I only got a second because we're going back on, but I met with a great company yesterday in the Springs, and they do decks. I just got off with them. I want to give you this number. Hold on. Oh, dang it. The owner's name is Tom. Sorry, I closed out this email. Okay, it's Stewart, Tom Stewart. And the number is...
Nothing is more important than your health.
You're in the Springs, right? Okay, perfect. Yeah, these guys are cool too. They got good pricing, the whole bit, great ratings, the whole bit. Anyhow, Stewart Remodeling, and it is 719-266-0336. And I just talked to them. In fact, they're doing 2 decks this week or last week, something like that. But I spent hours with them yesterday. Great people.
Don't buy internet infomercial or department store products. If you can't test it, don't buy
Yeah, no problem. Cool. Let me know how it goes, please. Bye.
I don't like the way people throw out the veteran card no matter what, unless they were injured in a war.
Well, no, there's certain things they should do.
You don't throw it out and
yeah, you do. You're around in a bar, you hear Seprify all the time.
I don't care about that. I'm saying asking something for something and then saying,
oh yeah, how about the guys that hold the signs that say go work for food, vet, blah blah blah.
I don't like that.
See, you think I'm heartless. Listen to this guy.
No, I think just because you were in there, they got it. Like I was in there, I got everything. I grew up. I got my GI Bill. They did everything. They covered everything.
My stupid cousin goes, we're in New York City, and this guy's,
My stupid cousin.
he's bumming, there's this guy bumming for money, or no, bumming for food. Typical old sign, we'll work for food or whatever. So my cousin goes over to a vendor, buys him a hot dog, and brings him the hot dog. The guy knocks it out of his hand like, you fucking asshole, I want money. But yet his food said, or his sign said food.
You know what? I have had people that I said, okay, there's a few supers over there. I'll meet you over there. His family, he says, is in the car. Come on over. I'll never deny people food. Let's go in and shop.
Buy your groceries.
Anything you want. Anything. And they never do it.
No show.
You go in there and get a carton.
They go right to the beer aisle and grab the smokes. Listen, my 8-year-old smokes like a chimney. It's expensive as hell.
He needs it.
He gets the shakes if he doesn't have a six-pack.
I see the guy around town here the last couple days that's got a sign across the street from the guy with the homeless sign.
No.
Says, get a job.
Does it really?
It's got a sign pointing to him. Like I said,
Yeah, when I had my Peoria store, man, if I gave like $1 to the homeless every day, I mean, I'd go through $100 a day. They worked that line over at Peoria like I've never seen. Denver rounded them all up about 4 or 5 years ago, gave them free bus tickets, and shipped them off to California.
They did?
Oh, yeah.
I love
that. They really do that.
I swear to God, they did.
I love that.
It took about a year, and I see all the same faces again. It was incredible.
Never get away with that.
Do you think San Francisco will send them back?
God, that would be funny. I never gave it thought. They came back slowly, but they all God, I never thought of that. Maybe they migrate. Denver ships them out there for the winter, and then California ships them back.
Why did they come back? Because all their friends are back there.
Probably because marijuana became legal. Is my guess why they came
There
back.
are a lot of them that migrate to Phoenix.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show where we are fighting the battle for you. Spread the word about it, because the more pressure we can bring to bear on the bad guys, the less rip-off they'll do, less ripping off they'll do, and we can help you and save you from falling into the same pit. Let's also reward the good guys at referralist.com, and also remember this. It's better to prevent the problem than to solve it, please.
I met with a company yesterday. I don't know if you know this, Tom, but you know how we did LED lighting in here?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. With all the tax rebates and everything, they're showing me this math. A big office building, no kidding, at least in Colorado Springs, different electric company, a big office building or warehouse can switch out everything to LED, not only save the money, but pay for everything within 1 to 2 years. They showed me the math on actual ones they did.
And then it starts paying back big time.
Then you start just saving 90%, but I had no idea the difference
Wait a minute,
in the electrical.
90%?
Yeah, some of them save up to 90%.
Oh, my God.
Over fluorescence.
Right.
And remember, you used to always complain you'd get a headache in here.
No, I don't like fluorescent. I hate fluorescent lighting. I always would say it's bad for the soul. There's just something wrong with it.
But it reminds me of the solar days when all the huge rebates were there and Excel played ball, and you could get a solar system, save money instantly.
You know, I love the fluorescent lights. I mean, excuse me, the tubes lighting the LEDs, and we put them in here in the studio. I got in trouble for it because I did it without permission, and I thought I was doing them a favor. I did it on my own dime. But I only put in 3 per fixture, which I thought was perfect. But then somebody complained it was a little dim, and because they have cheaper cameras, so we had to put in the 4th bulbs. Here's the thing, though. The 4 bulbs make it, in my opinion, too bright, but it's still good. It's still better than fluorescent. I'm glad I did it.
But notice how we never have them on. It's like the sun.
Well, wait. We're getting... Hold on. We're waiting to get dimmers.
What do you guys think? There you go. You guys aren't here every day. What do you think?
Way too bright. That's crazy.
But it's a clean light, isn't it?
It is. It is.
It's a very clean light, no flickering.
No, it's true.
It's a very, it mimics daylight.
It's not that yellowish.
No,
Right.
No headaches.
You're right.
Love the light. Those looking online, let's do a vote. Should we keep the lights on or not? Now,
God, it's hard though. They're so bright.
If we could have a switch to switch like a couple of them
Yep.
off. But we haven't broken it out yet. Again, I offered to do that with my own.
You know what I'll do? I'll go out and get some different bulbs, and we'll try them later.
You can't dimmer.
We can't. No,
switch
we're not
that.
allowed.
Dimmer switch
Yeah,
it?
you can dim LEDs. You can. So we're waiting. I told them I would do it on my own dime with my own electrician, but they said I can't do things on my own anymore. So I'm waiting, and it still hasn't been done. Hold on. So now. You tell me if that light... I like that light. It's a nice light.
It is. If you could dim it a little bit.
It's way better. I mean, with the lights on, the cameras are way better. There's no doubt. I just looked at it. But that's tough on the soul, man.
No. I don't mind, and he's right. I don't mind putting them on. Is it that much better? Do I look better? That's all that counts.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You look great no matter what.
Oh, Mark.
Get them on again.
No, I'm serious. Is it that much better?
It is. It's 100% better.
I bet.
Wow.
10 years younger.
No, here's what I want to know.
Your hair looks thicker?
Is there a... Yeah, no way. Light makes the hair look thinner. Here's the deal. If we could just have the dimmer, or better yet, if we could just put on the 2 perimeters, I think they would look better. But you're saying, we should leave it on?
It's so much better.
Well, then we'll leave it on. I mean, if it really looks better, for those watching online on Facebook and YouTube, thank you.
What if you turn those off then? Does it help?
The one that it makes...
We can't.
Oh, those
camera,
those are like the emergency lights?
This camera's no good in low light. I mean, this one is 100 times better. The other cameras are way better. I mean, everything's better with the light.
303-713-TALK. So how are we leaving this HOA thing? But welcome to the show, by the way, and all of that. This, she's got to go after them to fix it if there's a problem. I mean, we have to wait to see the original settlement and what they offered to do. Did they offer to fix the source of flooding, Michelle, in the original settlement?
the thing is, it's their responsibility. Any outside.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying specifically. Okay, that's what I need to see. Because here's the deal: you're back to square one, except you have proof it happened before, and they should have known better. But you are back to square one. This is a new issue altogether. You have new flooding as a result of them. You're saying it's their problem. I warn you, Michelle, unless there really is a problem, excess rain causing flooding is not negligent. So you need to establish negligence on the part of the HOA. Let's start with the settlement agreement, and then we'll give them a call. But if they have to fix this, let's say, with a special assessment, I hope you understand, Michelle, it could be, you know, so much per unit depending on how many units there are. How many units in this building?
75 townhomes.
Okay, well then that'll mitigate it a bit. But they could do a special assessment. Here's another thing. Some condos, associations, HOAs, have been assessing the capital assessments, Mark, based on impact. You know, kind of like they used to do with roads. You have more frontage, you do more, like cities. If they're going to do sidewalks, the more frontage you have, the more you have to pay. Well, they may say all the ground floor units are susceptible. They have to pay more than the upper floor.
We had one this week that was similar, but they were dealing with sump pumps. They said the bottom level's got to pay for.
Now, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Go to 6.
Here's a problem that I don't want to handle. I'm going to tell you...
Oh, this is so unfair.
No, I don't want to handle it.
Okay, fine.
And I'm going to tell you
I'd love to talk to him.
I'm going to tell you why.
Well, why don't you say it afterwards?
No, because I don't want to do that. I'm going to tell John straight up. I like helping him. He came on originally. Now, I want everyone to listen carefully. He came on originally and asked that we help with his best friend, his little dog, surgery. And we did a GoFundMe site.
Cute dog. We even sent someone out to meet him.
Right. I want to say this up front. John is a nice man. He loves his dog dearly. The surgery is not that expensive, and we got it covered.
We actually found a surgeon that would do it for what we've basically collected already.
Now, I think we should end it right there. But Mark feels...
No, I think we've got to be completely straight and honest with the people that donated to him.
Right. Now, Mark seems to think, and John, I'm not blindsiding you. That's why I'm telling you up front.
We had a call, John.
We had a call, and I don't know if people donated because of this. He never claimed to be disabled veteran. He was just disabled and elderly and had a dog. But we had a call that said you're not a veteran. Now, I want to ask people who donated, does that change your mind?
Well, let's ask him, though. John, we had a call. Are you a vet or not? And be straight with us.
You said you had no family and you're a veteran, and you're all alone, and we helped you raise money for your dog. I want to tell you, whether you're a veteran or not, I would have done it anyway, and whether you had family or not.
Yeah, but if it... I want to know if he is or not. I'd like to know that first, see if he's honest right now.
John? Are you there?
Well, there's that.
No, wait. Would you find out if he's there, please?
See, here's the deal. If he lied about that, Tom, if he did, we don't even know. I asked him, he's not there. I assume he did. Is he lying about anything else? I don't know.
Well, we'll make sure the dog needs surgery. We're not giving him cash.
Of course.
We're going to get the dog fixed.
We'd pay for that, but I'd like to know people that donated, and we had a lot of people chip into this on the GoFundMe we created. I mean, is it the false premise? What do you guys think? Comment, people.
Usually, I want to say this first. Mark, you know that we really take incredible pains to investigate.
I got screwed on that Shauna 2 or 3 years ago. I went in my pocket, we went in your pocket, we did a lot for her, and she's sneaking men and running a brothel out of some guy's basement. Let me tell you, I look at things a lot different now.
So we raised money for this surgery, and as I said, I want to help John, whether he was a veteran or not. But John, we had a phone call. We just want to be completely open since we raised money for you. We had a phone call saying that you're not really a veteran, or you're not a veteran. You're what?
I'm not.
But you said you were.
No, I didn't say I was.
Did he or not?
I wasn't. Apparently, it's on the GoFundMe, the description on the GoFundMe.
Well, who put that on there, though? Allie put that on there.
Yes, and
so
I addressed
Allie.
it with her.
What did Allie say? Did he ever say on the air he was a veteran? I don't remember hearing that
we
detail.
were on vacation,
I wasn't
Tom.
here.
Okay, but first of all, here's the bottom
line. Don't know.
I never said John lied because I never heard it one way or the other. I never heard him play off the idea that he's a veteran. And you're
so where did it come from?
I don't know. Allie wrote up the description saying he's a veteran.
Let's get Allie on. So, John, at no point you never said that to anybody.
You never claimed. Okay. You did say.
And here's the other thing I threw out this morning. He could have, I'm not going to say who it is, he could have someone that really doesn't like him that called in and just lied. I don't know.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. He's not a veteran, never claimed to be a veteran. John, you don't recall ever saying that on the air that you're a veteran, right?
Right.
Okay. And you did say, I thought I asked if you had family, and you said you didn't?
Well, I have a son and a daughter, and I have an ex-wife here, but they're not involved with me any.
Yeah, he said he lived alone. I think that's what we were talking about. Look, I'm not looking for trouble with John. I want to help John. By the way, we have your surgery covered, John. But somebody called in saying, well, you know, John's not a veteran. And I know why they said it, because the description said you're a veteran. And if we erred in doing that, I want to know where Allie got the fact. I got
a few ideas, so I'm going to do a little more vetting.
Okay, here.
We're going to know soon.
Here.
Yes, John.
I'm thinking I may have talked about a vet, and maybe, talking about a veterinarian and calling it a vet, they might have thought I was a veterinarian.
Okay, you hold on. I want to straighten it up, because listen, John, I got to tell you something. I liked you from the beginning. I heard sincerity in your voice. Allie liked you when she went to see you. Your little dog is cute. It's obvious that he's your best friend. We want to help you. We don't know where we got the impression you were a veteran, which took up some criticism. Hold on. She just talked to Allie. We'll talk about it coming right back.
Good break.
Oh, now I feel
Good
sorry
break.
for the poor guy.
No, I bet.
Yeah, she had an assumption in her mind.
How would he end up on there? He's a vet.
We can listen to the podcast.
Right, you could.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
in fact, I am going to go listen to the podcast.
8-1.
You're sure? See if Daphne's here.
This is why I got notes.
Let's have Daphne. Suzanne.
This book has everything.
Let's have Daphne listen to the 8-1 podcast.
About the middle of the show.
About the middle? Yeah. Dan said about the middle of the show, 8-1.
That's what I got it.
Ryan P. Wagner, 630 K-How.
8-1, here it is. John sent through.
He's got all his notes. It's 8-1. Did Allie say he said that?
Or donating online at mattressfirmfosterkids.org.
Nothing is more important than your health.
Oh, she's texting. I got it now. So, but, okay, let's say he does say it. Okay, no. At this point, if I go back and listen to that and he says that, there's no way. There's no way, Jack.
When did you vacation?
I don't know. 8-1. I think we literally left 8-1. Is that the day it was?
That's the day I got. Yeah.
Why would you have something wrong, right? Do you have it before or after?
I got 7:31 before and 8:02 after.
Yeah.
We sell gym quality and take trade-ins. As always, Fitness Gallery offers a 60-day free in-home trial and 0% financing.
I feel sorry for the guy if he never said it. Yeah. He might have. He's right though. If the word vet was said probably a bunch of times on that podcast.
Right.
And she might have just had it wrong in her mind. But
I didn't write that down.
I just feel bad.
But I hate when people, like I say, I'll bet you half those sign holders that say that are not vets.
Right, of course.
And I hate people throwing it out.
Right.
Unless they got hurt.
Which is why this turned into such a hot button thing.
Can she see, where is 8-1?
These days,
so here's what 8-1.
Well, where's the other calls from 8-1?
Psychological.
Just so when she's listening.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So people
are they generally in order?
Immediately, but or live, but I don't know what this guy did. I know. False accusations can ruin people. But Tom was clear. Probably just a mistake. We'll put it on hold. That's right.
Is that they're honest choices at pure.
I grew up on a farm, and my dad, if we had dogs that went running, it could kill chickens or sheep or whatever.
You just shoot them. A lot of farm folks are like that, right?
Well, we didn't really get too
No, that they weren't pets.
Right.
They were working.
Well, they didn't work, but they were pets, but they weren't long-lasting pets.
One of my buddies, when I was a kid, if one of the dogs nipped one of the kids,
yeah,
he
take them out.
Take them
for that long walk in the woods.
One-way ride.
Yep.
The bad thing is Dad just did it right in the front yard.
Oh, man. Ooh, so do you have pets now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You don't.
Closer, but I still don't.
You don't shoot your dog.
Yeah.
When they piss you off.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
To me, I mean, not a lot of people like them, but it seems to me to take up a lot of.
I've got one too because my
kids.
kids.
Stick them in your back pocket. You got to dig them out.
Yeah, I'm not loving mine.
You know what that's like?
My pop socket.
I got this.
Oh, a kickstand. Maybe a lot better. Yeah.
That you can hang on your car.
Oh, yeah. I've got what you got.
You put it on there.
I mean, it comes with that.
I know. Well, my kid ordered one, so I ordered one too.
Is a great
I
idea.
never hold
Wait a
it.
minute, where'd you get that?
And then I try to keep it in my wallet, and now it just like crumbles up.
No, I can't remember.
I think I
got an Amazon.
I'm about ready for a new phone. I don't know what to
can't
get.
say it's really
I'm tired of the
a great device or invention.
I'm tired.
Fortunately, it comes off.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Suzanne, did you cancel that other phone? The other cell phone?
But this thing comes with a little hook that you stick on your
Yes,
car.
that's cool. So then you can put it in your car.
And then it's a kickstand like that.
Yeah.
And
But I can't. I mean, I guess you could.
Yeah, that's a little different deal.
They're coming back on. Gigi, you gotta jump on there and take it.
You're taking it. I'll talk to you.
Okay, welcome to the show. We're going back to our podcast. Allie, our intern, said she doesn't specifically remember him saying he was a veteran. She just got that impression. Was that what we heard, Suzanne?
Well, Allie said two things. First, she said that you and she were both under that impression. She thought from the show. Then she texted me a second ago saying she had John read the GoFundMe paragraph that she had set for him, that describing his situation, and he was okay with everything. We're almost to the podcast call,
Okay.
so
we're going to know in
tuned.
about 2 minutes.
I'm
not trying to nail this guy. I just want people to know they donated for that reason. But you know, despite of what Allie said, Allie and I never actually discussed it, whether he was a veteran or not. To me, that was not an important factor, whether he was a veteran or not. Now, I love helping veterans. Don't get me wrong. I love helping veterans, but it's not contingent on getting our help. You know, we'll help you whether you're a veteran or not. So that's what I wanted to bring up. JL, being a common man and listening a lot, let's just say in the description it says he's a veteran, which it does, and you donated. Would you feel differently knowing he's not a veteran? Would that be a big deal to you?
Not one way or the other, but
for his dog.
If, regardless of the situation, if someone presents themselves as a veteran,
If he did,
yeah, and they're actually not, that would be an issue.
Yeah. Let's talk to Patricia. Hi, Patricia. What's going on?
It's concerning a timeshare exit.
A timeshare exit. Is that specifically with the timeshare exit team?
Correct.
Okay, and did you go to them? They used to advertise, well, they still do, I think, advertise, but they used to advertise on this show specifically a lot. Did you hear them on this show?
Right, I did.
Yes, and what about them?
Okay, the contract was back in 2015.
Oh, hold on, let me write that. Okay, 2015, okay.
Of February. And they told us never to have any contact with them.
Right.
Because it would interfere with their process.
Right, yeah.
So, and they've gone as far as doing a quick deed And they sent
it's called a quit claim deed back to the now listen, be very careful, because here's what I tell people, not just about Timeshare Exit Team, but about anyone who proposes to get you out of a contract or a condo. Here's what I tell them: don't ever do a quit claim deed unless it's back to the original developer or the one that holds the development rights, because
yes, it was quit deed back to them.
Okay, because if you quit claim to anyone else, those people, I'm just saying to anyone listening, if somebody says, I'm going to get you out of that timeshare, and then you quit claim it to someone, yeah, technically you got out of the contract, but you're still on the hook for the original debt if it did not get taken over by the original developer, because there's something in the contracts called recourse. That's why I tell people, if you sell a timeshare, you're still on the hook if they don't make their payments. Okay, so let's get back to your situation. They want you to sign a quit claim.
No. We've already done the quick claim, and they told us that we were completely out of it and everything.
And who did you sign the quit claim to? The original developer?
Well, we gave it to the exit team.
Okay.
And then the exit team had it filed and then sent it to the timeshare.
Okay. Then what happened?
And then the timeshare sent them a letter, plus us, saying that you can't deed it back to us because it's in the contract. And I'm going, I couldn't
what do you mean because
what
do you mean because it's in the contract? What does that mean?
Well, the contract of us paying them to own it. That contract. Saying that we can't deed it back because I don't know if it's in their bylaws. I haven't read their bylaws.
Okay, so what did they say to do then?
So that was just saying that we are not out of it yet.
So what did they say to do? Timeshare Exit Team, what did they say to do?
They're going to continue to work on it, and they've involved another lawyer.
Hold on,
Oklahoma.
You thought you were out of it, and it turned out they were not allowed to accept the quit claim.
Right.
Okay, do you have a letter from the original developer that says that?
No, I don't think so.
Who told you this then? Somebody must have told you this.
Well, no. Well, only that. Oh no, they did. They sent a letter to.
Well, that's what I'm asking. You have a letter.
Sorry.
You have a letter.
Okay. Yes, an email.
And it says, "Can I have a copy of that email?" Do we have a copy of that email that she was sent?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I didn't send that one.
Okay, so
yes,
Timeshare
Exit Team.
Timeshare. Let me just mention about Timeshare Exit Team.
Yeah.
When they originally came on board, they were gung-ho, and they really did a great job with everyone. Somewhere along the line, hold on, I want to say something. Somewhere along the line, they did drop the ball on I think there were about 22 cases or so that piled up that people called us and said, hey, we're not getting any results, and it's been over a year. I talked to one of the owners, and I had a very nice conversation, and I said, what the heck's going on over there? And he just said there was some in-house stuff, but basically something had to do with them changing law firms, and they said, we will take care of absolutely everyone, he said, that has dealt with us. And you give us a list of names, and we will either refund or we will well, no, he said they're going to refund and still go through it, settle some of them if they waited a long time, and they will take care of each and every one of them. And I gave them a list at the time of about 18 names. So I don't know if you were on that original list or not, but they promised to take care of each and every one of them. So do you know, Mark, if she was one of the original ones we sent in?
Did you contact us before?
Well, yeah, back in March.
Yeah, then yes, she would have been on that list.
Problems with the communication.
Now, Brandon Reed, the owner, is the one I talked to, and I'm telling you, he truly, he wasn't BSing me. I can tell when people are shining me on. He was truly upset, and he wanted to take care of this for people. So I think that you're still going to be in good hands. I mean, they have not given me any reason after this conversation to disbelieve that. But if you want, we can give them an email and ask them. Go ahead.
The only problem I have is that they sent me a letter telling me they want me to put money on a credit card and send this credit card directly to the timeshare.
But what is the payment for, dear? What is the payment for?
they're just going because we've been receiving our maintenance fees all this time.
Yeah.
And they're up to $4,000.
And what do they want you to pay?
They want us. They said that they will get us out if we send them a credit card.
For how much?
For the amount of half of the amount of the maintenance fees.
Half for $2,000. And have you paid anything already?
No.
Oh,
no,
well, that's fine.
Anything.
Well, that's fine. That's your total fee. The $2,000 is a deal. That's great.
Well, the only thing that
what were you expecting? A free?
No.
Okay,
I wasn't.
Okay.
No, I was afraid that if anything would happen again, that we were going to. And then not only that. Excuse me. Let me back up. They want us to send $182 in from our checking account.
Yeah.
To them. To pay for a deed.
Okay.
But why wouldn't the deed they had before be okay?
Because they have to do a new one. But here's what I'm saying, Patricia. Forget all of that and look at this. The main deal is this. How much is it costing you to get out? If it's total $2,182, if that's all you pay, then that's a deal. Well, how much?
We paid $4,000 to the timeshare.
That's what I asked you. You've already paid them $4,000?
Yeah, we paid them $4,000 already, and and this has been going on.
Did I just ask her how much she paid, and she said nothing? Right? Did I ask her?
I think she was confused.
So now,
I'm confused.
So you have originally paid $4,000 to Timeshare Exit Team, and now they say they want another $2,182, right?
$2,443.
$2,443.
But they were going to give you that back, right?
Right. They were giving us that to put on the credit card to pay them.
They were going to give her $2,400 for her to pay the complex directly.
Oh.
Right.
So they're paying for it.
Ultimately, it's going to cost you $4,000. Is that correct?
Right.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. That was the original estimate, right?
Yes.
And they're not going to go over that, right?
Not as far as I know.
Okay, so then what? Tell me, I'm confused, Patricia. You're a little skeptical because this happened, right? You're saying, wait a minute, is this for real? Because you thought you were out of it already.
Right.
Okay.
Well, what bothers me is because now we're activating it, they're going to think that we want the timeshare back.
No, I don't think they will. Here's what I think happened. I'll tell you right after this. Listen, I promise you I will take care of this personally. You hold on one sec.
This is that letter that I showed you guys a couple days ago.
Yeah.
This is the letter I showed you guys a couple days ago.
No, I saw it. Okay. And it did look normal. The problem is it's 2.5 years later, and she's frustrated as hell and doesn't know what's real and what's not.
Exactly. And she doesn't want it to start her over again.
Exactly. I understand completely.
Would you find out, Mark?
Yeah, let's wait. On what? On the dog. Oh, are we looking at it? We already listened to the whole hell. Come on, Mark. Help me. Mark. Okay, let's play it. When are we going to play it, Mark? Well, we don't want to play the thing as long as hell. No, you're going to edit it. Right? There's nothing to edit. I have no idea why you and Allie... Don't say you and Allie! I have no idea why you guys think he was a vet.
They don't
even say the word veterinarian. I have no idea where you guys got it. Don't say you guys! I never said it!
Oh my God!
I gave this to her to take care of. Don't ever say that! I'm going to do a taste test side by side.
All right. And we can talk about this student loan email at some point.
Okay.
I can give a rundown on that.
I have no idea what you guys... Bro, how much time do I have? That call had...
3.5, go.
The only thing I can think of is he said, I'm disabled, I'm on Social Security.
And it just, your brain fills in the blanks.
But how did I get that wrong? You're asking. I don't know. How did you?
Oh my God.
You go on
and then
and everything
he actually says...
And when she says he okayed the copy on the GoFundMe, he probably didn't even read it.
It's better. No, it's not a point he didn't read it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a computer. He says
my God.
He can't do a GoFundMe, he can't get on Facebook.
Yeah.
He has no computer.
This poor guy, you guys gotta set the record straight.
Sounds like my old friend up in Loveland, the sighting thing.
Oh, no.
He has no computer, he's
Right,
got a flip
right,
phone,
right.
gets no email, no...
I've got a couple clients like that, and I'm always like, we need to charge these people more because it does not make life easier when you can't email stuff back and forth. It's a pain in the butt.
You gotta step up to the 21st century.
Please, just try, just a little bit.
You can learn it. I'm proof
Yes,
positive.
that's
I'm
right.
an old guy.
You've got a pop socket.
Stuff.
You've got more than stuff. This is cutting edge, man. They sell these at like the young kids store in the mall.
What?
The pop socket. That is kind of
the young kids store in the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I mean? Like the teenager stuff, where they get the funny T-shirts.
When I was a kid, it was in the mall. It would be Spencer's.
Yeah, they still have Spencer's at my mall.
Oh, do they? Mm-hmm. What mall do you go to?
Flatiron Crossing in Broomfield.
Okay. Yeah.
And they have Spencer's. They have Hot Topic, which is
similar.
Yeah, a lot of pop culture stuff and T-shirts, and they also have one called Fuego, which is kind of more curated, a little funkier, off the beaten path, but still gag gifts and stuffed animals and funny T-shirts.
That's why I love Spencer's, the gag gift.
Oh, my mother-in-law is a Spencer's pro, and she's been giving us
I bought fart powder there once.
Yeah, so good. So good.
It's called Spencer's?
Spencer's.
They've been around forever.
They
The other thing I remember.
They sell sex toys in the back, though.
Way back when.
Yeah. No, they still do.
Oh, they still do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still around at the mall by my house. But yeah, don't go all the way to the back unless you're looking for that kind of stuff.
Well, remember the balls you put your fingers on and then the lights would shoot up? They always had those.
Yeah,
lava
like,
lamps.
Yeah, they have black light stuff.
You know, it is kind of weird. Suzanne and I go on vacation. You bring up a good point, Common Man. You know, we go on vacation. Next thing you know, everybody's a vet. People are going crazy. The whole show goes willy-nilly.
He's not here to, the grounding force is not here.
My God, man.
The skeptic, the extreme skeptic.
Oh, that one lady, she literally... I found this nice couple that had their basement completely done. She couldn't find a place to live, living out of her car. Found her this nice place, went out, vetted her. She seemed okay. She had a son that was in high school, looked like he was going to get a football scholarship. I had someone come in from Nebraska, a smaller state, was going to give the kid a full ride.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we spent a lot of time on this. Then I finally find her this house, and it's a beautiful done basement in the area. It's got its own entryway.
Perfect.
It's got everything, a bathroom, 2 bedrooms. It's a full basement. They find her sneaking men in that are paying. Yeah, she was a hooker.
Is that wrong?
Yeah, is there anything wrong with that?
No, if you were...
You never asked me if I was a hooker.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Okay, so we got a call from John. Mark and Suzanne were out of town. We got a call, and he said his best friend, his little doggy, needed surgery. He couldn't afford it. We went to work on it, put up a GoFundMe page. He's an elderly man, disabled, a good guy. I liked him right off the bat. I just could tell. And then we did this GoFundMe site, and somewhere along the line, in the description of the GoFundMe site, it said he was a veteran, disabled veteran, or not a disabled veteran, but a veteran. And then but he is disabled. And then, he needed help. And then somebody called and said, he's not a veteran. And then we called him and said, John, you're not a veteran. He goes, I know I'm not. He said, I never said I was. So we went back and listened to the original call. And as I said, I had never done this because he was a veteran or not. It wasn't a big deal to me. But tell him about it.
Well, we went back.
You listened to the whole thing.
The entire call. We went back and listened to it, and I got to tell you, you had it wrong. He's not a vet. He's not a vet. I have no idea.
Glad.
I have no idea where Allie and Tom got the idea he was a vet.
I don't know.
We were in Mexico. We had nothing to do with this.
But that's okay. I'm just glad we're still helping him and the little dog.
Let's get him, seriously, let's get him booked down to our vet. And let's just get this done.
We're just waiting for the puppy to be groomed. John?
What do you mean, groomed?
He wanted to get her groomed.
John, you wanted to get her groomed before surgery, right?
Yes.
Okay. Listen, John, I'm sorry for that misunderstanding. But somebody...
You've got, and I'll tell you something.
I know. This is between you and me right now.
Yeah, you've got someone in your family that, not direct family, but let's just say maybe an ex-in-law that had the scopes on you, brother.
Mark, why do you got to stir?
Yeah, why do you have to stir? That's Dan's job.
Well, I don't know why, but anyway, like I say, never said that I was a veteran.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
In fact, it's even worse. Well, it's not worse. It's great for him. The other thing he did, he actually, you don't have a computer or anything, do you? You never probably even seen the GoFundMe.
No, just in the beginning.
The only thing I saw was the picture.
You know, I apologize for Tom, and I apologize for Allie, and I'm sorry Suzanne and I were out of town and everything got willy-nilly.
That's the real problem, right?
So anyway, John, thank you for sitting there through all of this.
We'll meet him down there, though, simply.
Yeah.
Get the appointment. We'll go down. Let's just get this done for your dog.
We'll take care of this. Now, Patricia, what is this about, Patricia? This is the same call? I mean, I already took it. We're waiting for...
She said you weren't finished with her. I'm sorry, Tom.
You're right. She's right.
Oh, she is right.
I wanted to close it up by saying something. That's right. Here's what I think happened, Patricia, and I really mean this. Since they admitted to me that they had a problem with a certain law firm, and they switched since then and been taking care of people, I think the original settlement that was done with you was simply done wrong. I don't think it was intentionally done wrong. I just think it was done wrong. And when it was done, they called you back to let you know that the developer was not accepting it. Okay?
Right.
I just want to say, since we've talked about it, that's one of 4.
One of 4 other emails? Okay, we'll put them on the list. I mean, listen, Brandon Reed told me with no minced words, he said, if you get complaints during this period of time that we had this problem, we will take care of these people.
I heard him.
And it'll be taken care of. So hold on now, Patricia. Here's what I think. They simply did it wrong, and the developer contacted you guys and said, look, you're not out of this. You better take care of it. And so Timeshare said, look, here's what we're going to do. It's going to cost another $2,400. You put it on a credit card, we'll refund it to you, but they want it to come directly from you, and that's the way they want to handle it at this certain developer. So here's the deal. They want you to put it on a credit card so you feel safe that you can, dispute it, and then they're going to do it for the original charge that they had quoted you, and it won't be a penny more. So that's that. Now, what's this new one, Mark? I mean, is it the same old thing?
I mean, do you really want me to get into it?
What is it?
Well, basically, they paid $4,125. They continued for the last 2.5 years having to pay their maintenance fees, and now they want another $2,228 for a transfer fee. I don't know what to say.
Now,
the craziest one I saw, and I haven't verified these. These are emails that are flying in. But remember last week, the one guy owed $2,000, and it was going to cost him like $15 to get out of it.
No, but Mark, I will tell you. As I said, I'm not sticking up for him. Look, I was very upset with them.
No, I know you're not, and I'm hoping they're taking care of these. Yeah, they said they would.
Me too, and that's what I have. If he's telling me he's going to, we're going to give him a chance. So that's the deal. That's the deal. Listen, with all of the timeshare exits, and we have one on the referral list right now, don't we, Mark, the law firm?
Well, here's the deal. The one we have on there is the actual attorney, Finn. What I've learned is there's a lot of lead generation companies. They don't have their own attorneys. They come in, they find an attorney, almost like these, this medication killed you, or if you've had a hernia, or whatever. So this guy, Michael Finn, is the actual guy that does everything. He's the attorney. He knows what he's doing with timeshare, and he'll tell you up front, it's going to be about this much. Or he'll tell you...
Doesn't he say around 4,000 to 6,000 or something?
I don't know what amount, but it depends, too. He's also going to be the first guy to say, listen, these guys are easy to deal with. These other ones, it might not be worth it because we might have to litigate or something.
Right. So anyway, bottom line is they promised us that... they were going to take care of these.
In full disclosure here, really what I think happened with them is some of the attorneys timeshare exit team was working with were not doing their job.
That's exactly what it was. And Brandon swears he didn't know anything about it until we let him know he had all of these complaints. And he did let some heads roll. He was very upset about it. So I want to give him a chance to take care of it. And then we will see what happens. Okay? Now, what is the complication, though, on bankruptcy? Some people have said that they've gone bankrupt, and they literally had the HOA fees or the maintenance fees from the timeshare dismissed up to that point. But then after the bankruptcy was filed, they started accruing again. Their bankruptcy was discharged, and they're sitting on another two or $2,500 worth of maintenance
well,
fees again.
There's a difference in the code. It's treated differently in Chapter 7 than in Chapter 13. In Chapter 13, you can reject everything, surrender in the plan, and it will stop the future.
But I hear if they don't take it, then you can't force them to take it back if you surrender it. Now,
but I don't think they can collect on you.
No?
No, because if you've surrendered it in a Chapter 13...
No, how about a 7?
No, 7 is a separate issue. There is no ability to do that. It's like with a foreclosure.
I mean. So you mean to tell me, now, even in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, I get rid of the accrued maintenance fees, but if that developer decides not to take the condo back,
if they want to play hardball,
right?
I believe legally you have an argument that these are not HOA maintenance fees. This is a timeshare. This is often points. It's not even deeded, but if it is, I think that public policy-wise, it's different from what Congress intended when they were talking about a housing complex with people's, primary housing needs being met. This is timeshare BS.
Well, how are regular HOA fees in a bankruptcy?
In a 7, you can wipe them out up to that date, but until you're off the title, you owe those fees.
Now, here's what one attorney had recommended people to do one time, and I'm not recommending it, but he did a Chapter 7. It was an HOA. It was a condo, and they wiped out like $6,000 in past HOA fees. But the condo association says, we're not taking that condo back.
Right.
And as long as it's in your name, you're going to pay them, and even though you went bankrupt, and if you quit to claim it to someone else, you're still liable because of the original agreement.
Yep.
The original agreement says you're liable for any subsequent owners.
Right.
So this guy was looking at the possibility again, Mark, after a bankruptcy, of still having HOA fees of an exorbitant amount.
In perpetuity if they never take it back.
So it was like $350 a month. You know what he did? He rented out the place.
For that amount?
Yep. He said, you want a deal? I'm going to rent it out, or for like $400 or something. He rented it out for the amount of the homeowner's fees, and that's all he did, was just rented it out. But here's the danger in that. If he doesn't keep up maintenance, if something happens, if that renter who's only paying $300 or $400 for a condo, if that renter
get a slip and
damages
fall.
stuff, man, this guy is in trouble. They can get a judgment against him. It's a dangerous thing, I'm telling you.
It's a mess. I mean, I just had it come up where I had a client who filed a 7 with a timeshare, and they were now getting collection calls.
Right.
I sent them a letter. I was like, in my legal opinion, this is gone. And the next thing we know, we got a quick claim deed now.
Good, good. That's the way it should be done. We have more coming right up.
But I was worried that they weren't going to play, but they did.
When he came in, you looked a little disappointed.
He wanted to go after somebody. He hasn't gotten a chance today. He thought he was going to get to tear someone apart, and it didn't get happen.
No.
He's distracted.
How did you get that started?
Yes, he was. He said.
I am so curious how you guys had that set as
I didn't make a big deal out of it. Honest to God, I don't remember one way or the other. It wasn't a big deal for me. I don't even remember.
I just remember.
I don't.
I'll tell you what, though. His ex-sister-in-law called up. He's a liar. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, that's what it was. She's just got a bad view of the guy. And nobody's a saint.
If he did lie, what do you guys think? If he did lie, do you think you still pay for it?
And family stuff is
You think so? What if you had vets actually give him money because he was a fellow vet?
I would go ahead and pay for it, and I'd
keep the dog.
Oh no!
I mean, that's
you want your dog back now?
I think you said it. Honestly, if a guy would lie about that to give himself an advantage.
Yeah, what else?
There's probably other stuff. Probably
it's not even his dog.
You were about to go there this morning. You told him to get the noose, get that noose, get it around there. I'm gonna tighten it.
He was like that bulldog.
Yep.
Come back, come back.
I was going to go after him like a bulldog goes after a bone.
Oh, darn it.
Oh, well.
We'll do better next time.
More savings. You can't.
Oh, no.
On these Granite ads, I can't do that. You know what? It's better not to even mention it. If I have to say up to 3 feet long.
What are you talking about?
No sink, no tear out or.
What are you talking about?
Somebody wrote to me here. It's from Suzanne telling me what I need to do. What I need to do. Listen, Suzanne, who requested that wording on that Granite ad?
Oh no,
I'm not going to do that. And you may as well not even mention the damn thing. When you have all those disclaimers, just don't bother. Don't bother. It sounds.
Yes, we do have.
I'm not even going to
I just
bother.
want to explain. We had a minor issue with the customer communication with our agreement. I sent that over to Mitch. Mitch sent back going, look at what happens is people, they contract the work, then they hear the ad later and want me to add it on later, and that's where it's a problem for him.
Okay.
So that's why he sent
I'm
that.
not even saying it. I'm not saying it. I can say, I'll say you have to, but you have to do it in a way order.
There you go.
You can't go back.
Well, can you respond to Mitch on that? He wanted to know my thoughts, and I thought that was inappropriate for me to respond.
The thing is, when you put too much conditions on specials, you know what people hear? Scam, rip off, come on. They don't hear the genuine offer. They don't hear
this tight labor market.
I've had people try to tell me, oh my God, some of these people want me to read almost like a damn paragraph on what they just said. Well, we don't really mean it. But I'll take care of it.
You got it's Thursday. You got Simply Floors in there, right? Personal inventory.
Well, I'll say. I might have done it earlier, and I marked it done.
Well, they're weird because we have.
Well, then it was.
Now, don't trip.
About floor coverings, and I meant, and I did.
Just they should be on every day though. He pays for 4 lives during the show, and then he gets 1 of the inventory.
So I should not do it except for that day, is what you're saying. Like I did this time. In other words, when I had a caller inquiry, I turned it into a spot.
Not today.
No, on a previous day. And you're saying
that you could have used it on the previous day, absolutely.
But I did. So then
I
mark it done for the week for me. If I have 1 a week, Mark, and I do it on a Tuesday.
Correct.
Like when I do Wink and Wink.
But he'll be just like Grant. He's got 1 a day. 4 of them go through iHeart.
I know.
And they'll be on the log. Today's not on the log because Thursday's the inventory.
But what if I did the spot on Tuesday?
Are you sure we didn't count that as his other spot on Tuesday?
No, I didn't do that for sure.
So he had 2 spots on, that's what I'm saying. Did you do 2 spots for him on Tuesday?
No, I didn't do any spot. I have not done 1 Simply Floor all week, not 1.
Yeah, we did 1 Tuesday. And
okay, well then
Monday, Tuesday.
Then I don't remember doing them, so we have to make sure I do them. Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. Okay, got to tell you about Flexident, Colorado.
It's really important, people. You gotta book. Don't go to a body shop and then change your mind because insurance companies don't like that. You can, however, if you have some paint that's not damaged and you want to have it done by Flexident because they're a paintless dent repair, and then you have a big one that has to be done by a body shop, you can get by with only 1 deductible. Flexident will take care of all of your paintless dent repairs, and they are the best. And most hail damage and dings are qualified for paintless dent repair. To find out, just drive by or call them. FlexidentColorado.com. They're great people, and I'm telling you, the downtime is 1 day, except maybe even a major job 2 days, and you don't even know it's been there. 303-619-6273. 303-619-6273. In fact, some people said, if I've had hail damage, literally, had it completely repaired with paintless dent repair, where there's no paint involved or anything, it's completely back to normal, is that something I have to disclose? That's a weird question. Let's just say you had some hail damage, and he went up on the hood and on the lid, and he fixed it all. and you don't even know it's been there. I don't even know you have to mention any hail damage ever.
I wouldn't mention it, no way.
But I don't think I don't think, here's what I'm saying. I don't think there's a law that says you have to mention it anyway, no matter how bad it was. Now, people are under the impression they have to mention when a car's been in a wreck. Now, I think you do have to mention when there's substantial damage if you're a licensed dealer. But I don't think as individuals you have to, except I would. If I'm an individual selling a car, I would absolutely tell people if it's been in an accident.
I bet Flexident doesn't report to Carfax either, so it would be invisible.
Yeah. Now here's what I'm saying. If you've been in an accident, I would tell anybody buying my car, if they're buying it directly from me, I would absolutely tell them. However, if it was minor hail damage, I don't know if I'd bother telling them. Hey, Brad, what's going on with you, Brad?
Hey, Tom. Just wanted to give you a call. I'm a long-time listener.
Yes.
First-time caller. I had a vehicle that was stolen, and I had a couple of insurance questions here for you.
Yeah.
It's an F-250 Super Duty diesel, a little bit older. It was a 7.3 liter. And I wanted to know your thoughts on the difference between actual value and replacement value.
Okay, why do you want to know my thoughts? For what reason? For insuring it or for selling it?
No, for payoff from the insurance company because it was stolen.
It's going to be whatever the value is.
Right,
How much can you buy one of those for right now?
It is replacement unless you have an actual cash value policy, which I don't think they write on cars.
Okay, because the insurance company's wanting to pay significantly less.
Okay, Mark is an expert at this because he's gone through it personally where he has gotten people to pay more from the insurance company. How much less? Tell me what the insurance is offering.
Well, the insurance company is offering just a little bit less than $9,000.
Okay, and how much is it to go out and buy that?
I can't even find one in town, Tom. Basically, I've been looking at...
How much?
And anywhere between $12,000 to $15,000.
Well, you got to find comps on them. I mean, that's the biggest thing is where's the comps? Either sale comps or for sale comps.
Well, the biggest problem, Mark, is so many of those are actually work trucks and they're all beat up. My truck was it was an excellent.
But it's still only going to have what that value is. So yours would be excellent condition, X amount of miles. You got to find those comps out there. You have to. Because or you tell that insurance company, send me the comps you're basing the price off of, and then tear the comps up. Say, wait a minute, this one is in horrible condition with more mileage.
That's what you do. You have to do the comp battle in order to win.
Mine started at $16,000 and ended at $23,000.
By the way, we have a lot more going on. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Don't forget, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. We have Wink and Wink here. We have Gigi Wink talking about either bankruptcy or credit and finance. We have all kinds of things happening. We will recap some stories, take your calls. 303-713-TALK. That's 303-713-8255 or 303-MARTINO.
If you've been we're bringing him to a different vet that he wants to go to. What happens if this dog dies during surgery? I just thought of that. Jeez, that would be a nightmare.
You got to have him sign a waiver of something.
It would all go back to Tom still because Tom's the one that brought it up on the air.
Yep,
and
it's
we should
all
raise
Tom.
the GoFundMe.
It's all on Tom.
So remember...
Tom killed this guy's dog.
What's the dog worth?
Well, it's the property. It depends what it is.
That's what you
that dog at 13 can't reproduce anymore, and if it's already been clipped or nipped, it's worth nothing.
If you go get a comp for a dog,
$25 maybe.
A dog pound.
A 13-year-old dog that needs surgery. Do you have any of those, sir? You need a comp.
Do you have one that you're putting down?
Oh, that would suck. You have to go get comps on a 13-year-old dog.
Oh, God.
That needs surgery.
Oh, my God. There's no...
Well, it's $8.50. $8.50.
I'll tell you what. We'll just give them to you.
It's just like, it'd be how much does it take to put them down? It's by the
Oh.
pound.
That's right. It's by the pound.
By the pound.
It is by the pound.
Seinfeld, remember?
You're right. Oh my gosh.
Well, we can send off for tiny little tools. That'll cost a fortune. Or we can put them down. How much is that? Well, it's by the pound, and a squirrel, I'd say about 12 cents. Yeah, and of course George wants to go, well, let's put the poor guy down. And the woman goes, no way, George. Order the tiny tools.
Order the tiny
So George get to keep the tiny tools.
Tiny little tools.
I love it.
I tell you, it's such a good show.
It's such a good show.
If it took me forever to figure out every time one of my hamsters escaped while I was gone, like to school, it was my parents flushing it because it died.
No. Yep, that's right.
What happened? Oh, it must escape that all-plastic cage with no
entryway.
entryway.
No.
Damn hamster. It learned how to open up the damn top.
It chewed its way out. And then patched it.
Our daughter had one fish for a while that was numerous fish.
Oh, yeah. Well, fish, you can get away with it.
Yeah, fish is
because they all look basically the same.
Marking on it.
Yeah, unless you have the really exotic.
Oh yeah, when they die and go belly up, they look like this. They change color. They all look like goldfish.
He's sleeping. He's still sleeping. He's losing weight.
Hey, remember what we ate last night? That was it.
Oh, that was War of the Roses. Best movie ever.
Oh my God.
He is convinced that he's eating his dog.
His dog. Oh, that movie was something else, wasn't it? War of the Roses. Michael Douglas and Danny DeVito was his best friend, the attorney.
On mine too.
And best friend.
Kudos to Freddie, but then also she wants to start a senior citizen assisted living
Catherine
in her house. HOA is telling her no, they can't.
That's not Michelle Pfeiffer. This one did not age well.
So I wanted you to know she had two things because it was kudos to Freddie.
Yeah.
He runs over a cat, and that's why the whole dog goes.
And then
are you enjoying
the one from Romancing the Stone? It's the actress from Romancing the Stone.
Mark.
Sharon.
Catherine
Turner.
Yep.
Kathleen. I have a final update on the
Turner.
dog surgery.
Kathleen
so
Turner,
please
very
let me
good.
say
Hey, okay.
She was a hot
She
chick
was.
today.
She was.
Who?
She didn't
Kathleen
age
Turner.
great.
Didn't she
But
also
that's
do
okay. But she didn't.
the Indiana Jones?
No, that's Kate. That's Steven Spielberg's wife.
It is?
Mm-hmm. Kate
She didn't age well.
Capshaw.
Oh, no, she didn't at all.
Kate Capshaw.
Actually, I remember seeing her. She got very heavy, too.
She got
She's
heavy.
only 38 here.
She got heavy.
Oh, you should go on.
She did get heavy.
She's 63.
I mean, it can happen to the best of us. But when you're famous...
Hi, Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Here, solving problems each and every day, recovering millions of dollars in cash merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services over the years. Thank you for being here. Make sure you tell people about the show. Today we have an attorney in the house, Gigi Wink from Wink and Wink, winkandwink.com, and you can be part of the show by simply calling. Let's get right to the phones. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have a friend and common man in, J.L. Weber from Loveland. If you want to be in and observe the show and just say hi, just feel free to write us, email us. Here's the email address, live@troubleshooter.com. Okay, Danny, I see this sounds like it could be a serious problem. What's going on?
Well, I was a OTR driver.
Yeah.
Left the road, came back to Colorado Springs, and got on the internet, found a place that was looking to hire.
Mm-hmm.
Got hired, worked for 2 weeks. Guys were off and on, and went in on a Thursday, and nobody showed up. Went to the job site, nobody there, so I called my guys. They hired me on as a supervisor, so I called my guys and said, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
And they said, well, we probably should have told you from the beginning, but we haven't been paid. There's employees now. 3 of us are actually with a different company.
Were you a W-2 employee?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and how many haven't gotten paid?
7 of us. 3 of us went to a different company.
Is the company closed up, though?
Oh, that's the funny thing. He sold the company to his brother, and then sold. There's a maintenance division and a construction division. They sold it to two different people. So they're saying that the company, I don't want to say the name over the air.
Why?
Patent Professionals.
It's called what Professionals?
Patent Professionals.
Is that the one that owes you the money or the new one?
No, that's the one that owes us the money.
And are they saying...
They're all the same people.
Well, I know. It doesn't matter if they're the same people. It's a legal maneuver, and it sucks, Danny, because I can have the same equipment and the same people and have a company and owe you money and then put that company out of business and open a new one that doesn't owe you money using the same equipment and the same people.
But that doesn't mean we can't warn people.
Right, and that doesn't mean that it can't be pierced. Sometimes you can pierce that veil and go to personal liability. Gigi, if you can show that this is a pattern, that would be something. But
yeah,
what
and
else
it's also, well, if they haven't filed bankruptcy, it's the alter ego liability. It passes through to them, right? This is just the same principles.
Now, you know what? Most liabilities do not pass through to the individual, but labor might be different. Labor is pretty...
I don't think so.
No?
No.
I don't think so.
Do you think someone could simply just dissolve a business and walk away from employees like that?
It happens all the time. I'm curious.
It does, but I think you have legal recourse. It's whether you're going to...
Where does this guy work, Danny? I mean, when you would work for him, does he go out to commercial buildings, homes? Where does he work?
They have commercial outfits. They have residential outfits.
No. I'm saying, like, where do you go? Like, where would you actually work for him?
He's a driver.
They have an office. They have an office.
Okay, but where did you drive?
Colorado Springs.
Yeah,
where?
No, he didn't drive for him. He was an over-the-road trucker before.
What did you do for him? What did you do for him?
Yeah, and where?
I'm a supervisor, and it's all over Colorado Springs.
Okay, Danny, what is the largest customer that they have that you dealt with?
We're trying to figure out what you did. Tell us, what did you do?
Landscape, irrigation, maintenance.
That's good. That's why we want to know this, because you have lien rights.
What is the largest one? Like, for example, did you do grass for the police station in Colorado Springs?
No, no, I didn't. The last job I did was a complete landscape, probably over $22,000.
Where?
Things, irrigation.
Where?
Colorado Springs.
Oh my God! Was it a residence or a company? Danny, we're trying to get details.
Was it like a restaurant? What was it?
It was a house, a residential.
Okay, beautiful.
Put a lien on the house. You put a lien on the house. You and all 7 of you put a lien on there, each of you. When they get 7 liens, they'll be all over this thing.
Okay.
You put legal pressure on this guy. It doesn't matter if it's a corporation. It doesn't matter. That homeowner is going to raise the roof and start going after somebody.
It would even be better, though, if you have a commercial property.
Yes, because with a residential property, what they can do is take an affirmative defense, but
it's going to stir up some pot.
That's right. It's still an affirmative defense if they can prove they paid this guy that's not paying you, this patent, it's called.
Correct.
Yeah. They're going to sue patent, or patent can say, well, you know, we don't know what happened or whatever, but they're going to get in trouble. What I'm saying is, you go to as many sites that you did jobs, not just that one, and you put liens on them. It's not that difficult. You got to do it, and you have to tell everyone else to do it too. And you don't do 1 lien for 7. You do 7 different liens.
And basically, really, here's what I think is going to go down. If all 7 of you find like 5 different projects and you just send out the first part of a lien, all it is going to be a registered letter with the intent to lien. This homeowner gets 7 of those, and 7 other homeowners, oh man.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you get a check quick.
But, Danny, that's really the best we can do, especially if this guy's doing those legal maneuvers and putting companies out of business and starting new ones. That's what I would do first, to get the most action.
And it's not going to cost crap but some certified mail and a letter. Just Google intent to lien letter format and then just fill in the blank and send it to the house.
Now, you do it no matter what, but you should have the others do it as well. Hey, Matt, what's going on with you? Hello, Matt.
Hello, I called to say thank you very much. You got me $1,800.
How?
I was listening to your program approximately a month ago or so, and you were talking about taking insurance companies to small claims court. I'll make this as quick as I can for you. My son's car had been hit by another woman. Her insurance company came out, looked at it, did the estimate, and said, yeah, there's about $1,800 worth of damage. The woman got the ticket for being in the wrong. Well, about a week later, we got a notice from her insurance company. I don't think that our client was in the wrong, even though she got the ticket. So I told my wife, I said, well, I was listening to the Tom Martino show, and he said, go ahead and take him to small claims court. So my wife said, well, I don't know. To make a long story short, she took it to small claims court. She served the woman 2 days ago. In the afternoon, the next morning, yesterday morning, the insurance company called and said, we will settle for the full amount.
Right, because they have a duty to represent their insured, and they thought they could bully you, but you went directly to the other driver, and that driver raised the roof and said, what is going on? And then they knew they'd have to go to court to defend her, so they'd rather pay.
Was it the General or was it Fred Loya?
Yeah, what bad company?
It was actually the Hartford.
Oh, Hartford, they're a big one.
Yeah. So they gave you a hard time and you won. That's great. We're going to add $1,800 to our total. Thank you so much for listening and doing what we say.
The Hartford.
That's good. Now we don't get a lot of complaints though about them. Okay, we got some open lines. 303-713-TALK.
Suzanne's got an update on that mutt.
303-713-8255. Okay, what's going on with John and his little dog?
So he wanted to check with another vet in his area to price compare with my vet because they were going to do it for such a cheap deal because that's how they are, Tom. So he takes the dog to another vet. That vet says the dog has a heart murmur and if he has the surgery, he might die. Oh. So John says he doesn't want the surgery now.
I got to say something.
So I don't know what to do with the money.
I actually said that during the break. I said, could you imagine if we go get the surgery done and the dog actually dies during it, would directly be Tom's fault?
Mark, so now what do I do, Tom?
I don't know.
With those donations?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to email GoFundMe, see if we can refund them.
Let's do that. Let's see. Or, yeah.
I don't know if you can because they take a percentage. I don't know how it works.
No matter what, if people individually can contact us and let us know what they donated, we'll give it back and we'll verify it. But the other thing we can always do is put it in our charity account for other things like this. I mean, that's the only thing we can do. Did he say for sure he doesn't want it done?
I offered him. I said, well, we can still
Let's get a third opinion.
Well, that's what I said. Let's take him to our vet because they're going to have to do an examination anyway.
I'll meet him down there, too.
He said, no, he's not having it done now.
That sucks.
He's just worried. The poor guy's worried. I don't know what to say. Well, so let's just contact GoFundMe and see what... They probably keep records. Who knows? 303-713-TALK.
You know, Kevin Nigel.
713-8255. Now, this Nigel guy...
He's bad news, man.
He sucks.
I had, he told us, he's this guy that threatened to do bankruptcy. In fact, he took $17,000, spray paints 2 things on this garage. Literally, can of red spray paint. $17,000. Then he says, well, if you guys, come on my case and stuff, I'm going to file bankruptcy. Then he tries to tell me that he bought some materials, but of course we double-checked, triple-checked. The guy didn't buy anything. There's no supplies ever delivered to this guy. And then he tells me, what's the last thing he said? He says, here's my bankruptcy attorney. So I reached out to Gigi last week and said, here's his deadbeat's name. Has he filed bankruptcy? And what did you find out?
I searched it in Colorado. No.
So the guy is now a liar. He's also a thief, in my opinion, and he's a jerk. So stay away from Kevin Nigel, and it's A-Quality Roof and Remodeling. A-Quality Roof and Remodel, Kevin Nigel. And if anybody knows where he is, please ask him when he's going to file bankruptcy, and you can reach him and stay away from this number, by the way.
Stay away for sure, because he's already told us what he's going to do.
Oh, he's crazy. And he said he did it, but he didn't. So now he's a liar and a thief, in my opinion. But he is at 719-369-1814. Kevin Nigel, A-Quality Roof and Remodel. Stay clear of this character.
We got to get him again. I think I already have him on the.
Do we have a picture of this guy?
I think I have him on Sleaze Brigade. I'm not sure. Now listen, always check out sleazbrigade.com. check out Troubleshooter.com for warnings and tips. And then, of course, ReferralList.com for the good guys. I mean, we have it all covered. But I'm going to check Sleaze Brigade and see if he's on there.
If he's not, we need to get a photo of this bum and get him up, because I got to tell you, people have got to be warned. I kept asking him on the air. He came on for 2 minutes saying, oh, you don't know my side. I kept saying, tell me he couldn't.
I don't see him. Okay, we're definitely got to...
17 grand he took from this guy, Tom, for 2 spray paint marks.
Oh, my goodness.
Then he promised he'd pay the guy back. He made 2 payments back to him, totaling $3,000 over like 90 days. And then he calls us up and says, I can't make payments now. I don't know when I'll be able to because, ready for this? Construction is so slow right now.
Yeah, which is just the opposite. Now, Suzanne, you're usually really good at finding photos, so we're going to put you on that one. Or if somebody... Hey, you know what would be a good idea, folks? Really. When you do business with people... You should, in my opinion, get a copy of their driver's license so you can skip trace them, or get a photograph for sure. Get that anyway. Now, people might say, I'm not showing you my driver's license. You know what? If they want money, why not?
Especially up front. Now, if they already did the job, they'd have a heck of an argument, but they want money up front, they better have a license.
And you should never pay a lot of money up front anyway, but you should, and if you do pay up front, there are certain ways to do it only. Remember that. God, I don't know why.
Credit card being the easiest.
It is absolutely, positively the best.
We have something we're working on right now, Tom and I got to tell you, it's a very expensive project, and how are we paying? Credit card.
Right. Okay, Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. You hear me say this all the time, and I really, really mean it. Ideal is a direct mortgage lender, not a broker. You would be shocked at how many people put themselves out there as lenders, and they're not. They're nothing more than brokers. Now, what's the difference? Well, there's not a lot when it comes to the money. You get the money, right? I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Except when you're Ideal Home Loans, they do their own underwriting, which makes it more efficient, and you can save some money without some of the processing fees. You can also get situations like this, where you can pick your own term. Brokers can't do that, where you can pick 18 years, 21 years, 26 years. If you pay down and don't want to go back to 30, but you still want the low rate, you also can't get an interest rate guarantee like you can with a direct lender. That means they will refinance you free of charge if rates go down by just 0.75% over the next 2 years. And, of course, they have pre-approvals, which are just like cash, except they just need that appraisal, right? And title work. And they will treat you like a cash buyer when you go out with an Ideal pre-approval. 303-867-7000, 867-7000, or idealhomeloans.com. And remember, when we're talking about loans, we also have, of course, Approval Reverse for reverse loans. That's a highly specialized loan. And I trust Joan Sullivan and her team to tell you the truth about them. And here is the truth. For most people, they're not a great idea. But when they are a good idea, for 62 and older the better, and good amounts of equity, it can be a tremendous retirement tool. You don't even have to use it all. You can do it for a line of credit for just emergencies. 303-771-3528, 771-3528, approvalreverse.com.
Causing some big backups. Westbound I-70 approaching Federal. There is involving a motorcycle that has a couple of things
go through. There's no reason not for it.
Oh, did you see who's investing big time in a Bitcoin similar? Mark Cuban. Huge. Let me look at Mark
And hasn't he previously been
you might want to travel on northbound I-70.
not a huge fan, or is that someone else?
His plans to invest. Let me see what this one's called, though. Yeah, he was a skeptic of Bitcoin, but now we know why, because he's getting ready to invest heavily in another digital coin. CoinDesk.
30K how? The certified hacking expert.
What am I doing? I think he's a scum.
Is he?
I do. He is.
What does he do? I'm curious.
Beststore.com to find one of over 75 locations near you.
If you have pain in the neck, like I have Mark, no, I mean a real pain in the neck, or you have pains in the knees, the hip, the back, arthritis, maybe a trauma from an earlier injury, stem cell has proven to be such a great therapy. You know what I like about Stem Cell Institute of America is the way they do business. They don't ask you to make an appointment up front without any knowledge. They want to make you informed. The entire industry is filled with people wanting you to come in. Stem Cell wants you to know what they're all about and how it will work. So you stop and listen. I'm going to tell you about these must-attend stem cell therapy sessions. Now, here's what they are. They're informational, totally, no obligation, okay? There's probably one near you because they have them all over, like the Tech Center in Littleton, Boulder, Fort Collins, other areas. And all you have to do is reserve a seat. But there's no obligation, no money, nothing. 855-262-4040. 855-262-4040. Listen, no matter what, you have nothing to lose by attending these seminars. It's an excellent presentation that will explain everything to you about stem cell therapy for pain and to put off surgeries, sometimes avoid surgeries totally. 855-262-4040.
80% of Fortune 500 companies lease their vehicles because that's the smart financial move. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky from my friends at Alliance Leasing.
Who can help you save time and money and more money, and have been doing just that for Colorado businesses for more than 20 years. Alliance Leasing will get you into your vehicles with all the update you need at the lowest delivered price. I'm a finance guy. To me, the choice of leasing with Alliance.
That's a Rembrandt. That X is unlike any other X in the world. It was even crooked.
You're such an idiot. Perfect fleet.
Salisbury unavailable.
$100,000 money back giveaway. We're giving away a total of $70,000 at Isle Casino Blackhawk, Friday, September 1st, and Sunday, September 3rd. And we're giving away a total.
So tell me this, Mark.
You love Mark Cuban?
Oh, jeez, I think he's a scumbag. He used to sit behind the...
What? Must be 21. All conditions and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official promotional rule 5. For specific details for this promotion, handling room or 1-800-522-4700.
Here's an attorney that absolutely everyone needs. David Salisbury. He does probate, wills, trusts, and estate planning. Even if you're immortal, you're going to know someone who dies. If you have a loved one who just died and you don't know what to do, you can give them a call for a sudden need. But here's the real deal. You should have a will. And you can get wills for as little as $500 from an attorney. And like David Salisbury, he will give you prices up front for everything he does. He's done all of my trusts. He can do things for you. He'll answer questions and always does initial consultations free of charge. So whether you're planning an elaborate estate or just a simple will, or someone just died and you need help, or maybe someone is sick and ailing and you want to know what to do, David Salisbury, 720-493-3911. He's not only a good attorney, he's a great guy, and he's really friendly. He communicates well. He's on my referral list at referralist.com. 720-493-3911. David Salisbury.
Don't miss Premios Tu Mundo tonight. Because he would sit behind the other team during a basketball game and yell.
He owns the
Dallas Mavericks.
The Mavericks.
Would sit behind the field and start just reading books and just yelling at the other team.
So every Broncos fan must be a jerk.
No. He's the owner. That's like having
wacko.
What's his name? He's
Yeah,
a wacko.
He is a wacko.
No, he is.
My God.
Well, Tom doesn't like him either.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome.
303-713-TALK. One Clear Choice Garage Doors for all your garage door needs. They do free inspections. But not just an inspection. They do safety tune-ups while they're there. They adjust the safety stuff, and they lubricate all of the hinges, and they check your cables, and they tighten the hinge bolts. And you got to mention Martino. They want to put a sticker on there and be your garage door company. So if something happens suddenly, like a garage door spring breaks, we just had a Facebook ad that said, a Facebook inquiry that said, what happens? My spring broke. They were in the Springs. These guys serve everywhere from Fort Collins all the way down to Pueblo. OneClearChoiceDoors.com, 303-565-6409, 565-6409. Okay, let's talk. What's going on with Deborah? Deborah, this sounds serious. What's happening?
I have no utility.
What happened to her? What just happened? This woman's been waiting so long. Deborah, call right back. Suzanne, no matter what, we need to get Deborah back on. Deborah, I don't know what happened. You were just disconnected. So if you're listening, call back, please. See if that's her, please, Suzanne. Please see if that's Deborah. I just disconnected her. She waited an hour. See if that's her. If that's her, good. Oh, thank goodness. Deborah, we don't know what happened, but thank goodness you called right back. So you don't have any utilities?
No, they came out last Thursday, which is last week today, and turned me off. I'm also dealing with the loss of my mom.
Is this because of non-payment, Deborah?
Yes, all my money is going towards my funeral, my mom's funeral. What I lost a year ago today.
Okay, so let's talk about this then. Do you live alone?
Yes, I do.
No kids?
No kids.
Just you? Okay.
Just me.
And did you live with your mom?
Yes.
Okay, and so it was you and your mom, no one else, and she died a year ago?
Yep, a year ago today.
What happened?
She killed herself in a wreck.
She was in a wreck?
Yeah, she killed herself in a wreck.
What do you mean she killed herself?
She was done with life.
And how did
she got in the vehicle and decided she was done, and she got killed in the wreck.
Oh my goodness! She drove into something on purpose, you think?
No, she lost control out of her vehicle.
Oh, but you feel it was suicide?
Yes.
And you had to raise money to bury her?
Yeah, well, to cremate her, yes.
Okay. Do you work?
I am disability.
What kind of disability? Social Security?
SSDI.
Yeah, Social Security disability. How old are you, dear?
I'm 35.
Okay. And
how much do you get a month on SSDI?
I get $774, I think, and I pay $465 for rent.
Well, how are you getting along without your mom now? How are you supporting yourself, Deborah?
It's hard. It is. It's hard.
I mean, how do you do it? Seriously, do you get food stamps?
Yes, I get food stamps.
Oh my goodness! So how much did your utilities get up to?
Right now, $644.15.
Even if it was paid, though, how would you go forward on your budget and still be able to pay them?
I can turn around, and I do have side jobs that I do as well, but right now I just can't come up with that.
Yeah, don't say that too loud about your side jobs. I mean, what is your disability?
I can't read, can't write, and can't spell.
Well, how is that a disability? Is that a lack of education or a disability? And I mean that seriously. Is it a disability?
Yes. I'm mental retarded.
Well, you don't sound mentally disabled at all or challenged. You are? I mean, I'm not doubting you, but you are?
Yes, that's because of my reading, my writing, and my spelling.
What do you mean, dear?
I can't read, I can't write, I can't spell.
But you can communicate well? Did you go to school?
Yes, I did.
How much schooling have you had?
A high school diploma.
What's that?
A high school diploma.
Okay, good. So you went through regular high school?
Yes.
Okay. So you didn't have any special ed or anything like that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Deborah, we would like to investigate this more. Do you have any relatives at all, Deborah?
No, I don't.
None. You don't have
None.
any. It's just you and your mom, and your mom's deceased.
Yes.
Well, that must be rough. You're all alone.
Yeah, it's hard. It's killing me. It's hot. I'm sitting outside of my truck right now because it is too hot in my house to go in there.
Do you have any friends? Any close friends?
No.
Where do you live?
Yeah, don't give us your address, but what part of town?
I live in Thornton.
Okay. Now, you get around in your truck okay?
I walk.
You walk. But you
Yeah.
do have a truck, you mentioned.
Yes, it's broke down.
Is it in the parking lot where you rent?
Yes.
You're not behind on rent, though.
No. My rent is always paid. Like I said, my disability goes towards my rent and my water.
And then you have food stamps for your food, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And what about clothes and stuff?
I have plenty of clothes.
Good. Deborah, we won't solve this right this second, but we're going to try to get you some help, okay? I need you to just hang on, and Suzanne's going to get your phone number, and then we'll look
Okay.
into this, okay?
Okay, thank you.
There are no social groups or anything you're part of you can be part of in the future, or you want to be alone?
No, tell you the truth, I prefer to be alone, so that way if I have any issues, I can turn around and deal with myself. Like I said, today's a year that I lost my mom, and right now I'd rather be alone.
Did you get along with your mom pretty well?
Me and my mom are pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurts. It does. It hurts. I'm not going to lie. It hurts.
Yeah. I can hear it in your voice. That's why I wondered if maybe friends would help, or maybe some kind of social groups or church or something, you know?
Tom, I have called United 211, and everybody that I call, they say no.
What's United 211, dear?
That's for United Way.
Uh-huh.
For resources and stuff like that. And I call Catholic Charities and everybody that I can think of, churches, everybody else that I can think of, and it's a big old no.
Like a no for what? What do you mean no? Like
To
just
help me.
No help at all, huh? We're going to look
No
into
help.
we want to look into your situation and make sure you're really a veteran. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That's an inside joke with us. Anyway, some guy, never mind. Anyway, so Deborah, listen.
Yeah, I was listening to your...
Okay,
to the,
you'll see. Yeah, you don't sound mentally challenged to me. Now, that doesn't mean I'm denying you, or saying you're not real or anything like that. It's good that you're very developed if you've had a disability. You've done a lot with it then. And what kind of side jobs do you do?
I do lawnmower service.
Huh. What do you mean by that? You mean like mow lawns?
Yes, mow lawns.
Okay. Get her name and number. It's been a delight talking to you, Deborah. Let's see what we can do to help you, okay? You're not going to get a no, at least, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, hold on. Very curious. Highly developed. I mean, if she has...
If she didn't say it, I would have no idea that she had any disability.
Right. But she's on Social Security, and they don't take that lightly. No, to get on Social Security disability,
yeah,
man, that takes something.
Well, generally they deny you a few times and maybe say yes. So
yeah, but that's hard. I mean, that really is. So 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. See, there's always something, or there's always a cause for us. We always have one. So even though John doesn't need surgery, we have people that need help. I want you to know something. People, if you ever give to anything we do, we don't charge a dime. I mean not a dime. If you put money into our charity account, which is not a charity, it's just an account we use for charity, meaning, we don't have an official charity. We don't charge for credit card processing. We don't charge for pencils, for nothing. 100% goes to help people. That's our pledge to you. Okay, if you ever see us and we want to raise money for someone, you can know that. 303-713-8255. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney that I hope, and I mean this sincerely when I say it, you never need. I mean, yes, he's on my referral list. Yes, I've known him for years. And I've referred people to him that call us. But, obviously no one wants to be accused of a crime, especially when it's preventable like a DUI, right? I mean, why would anyone ever face that? If you can get a designated driver, if you can get Uber or Lyft, why take the chance? But Joe says people still do it. Now, we never encourage drinking and driving, but remember his name if you have a problem, a friend has a problem. It's just good to have someone you can depend on. Joseph Lazzara is one of those guys. LazzaraLegal.com. It's 2 Z's and 1 R. LazzaraLegal.com. 303-429-6200. 429-6200. And then
this report is brought to you
by Amazon. The big traffic story right now is westbound I-70 approaching Federal.
Is Al coming on?
There involving a motorcycle.
How much time do I have?
About 45 seconds to allow, and after that you'll have about a minute and a half. To Quebec, she was in special on that stretch. She used an alternate route. No estimated time to have that crash cleared out of the way. It's starting to affect northbound I-75 approaching the I-70 interchange as well.
They modify stuff and you can give them more answers.
I mean, people who have mental challenges, do they still use the word retardation?
No, developmental disability.
Okay. Well, there are people that I went to school with that got a diploma and
they couldn't read or write.
Right. They were there and they got some kind of...
They have to give
I don't know how that would
accommodation.
My high school wasn't that bad then.
Now, think about the special kids in our school. Let's talk about being a car nanny. What is that? Well, listen, if you're a girl and
You've grown up with a dad who says, "Did you change your oil? You know, did you do this? Did you do that? Or time to do this and time to do that." It's like your car dad, right, or your car nanny. That's what I call Pro Auto Care, because that's what Al Aramis does by email. He reminds you of what's needed, when it's needed. They even estimate your driving patterns based on past appointments, so they know when you're coming up on an oil change. They told me I'm coming up on an oil change at this many miles, and they approximated it almost exactly. It was amazing. Anyway, I like having them remind me. I also love the roadside assistance that I have all the time. I just call this number, I call them, and they help, because it comes with every single service and repair at Pro Auto Care. So you can't beat that. Plus, of course, 25 years in business with 2 locations, Evans and I-25 generally there, and then Bowles and San. That's also the phone number, 303-PRO-AUTO.
I'm excited I'm getting a total knee replacement. Well, some might consider this thought less than rational, because knee replacement is major surgery with all the problems and risks of bleeding.
We might want to start using that other feed, that other,
what are we going, what's going bad, guys?
Oh, I just went yellow, I didn't drop it.
just sometimes the bandwidth gets hairy.
I don't understand why it does. It's supposed to be structured around.
I love Bitcoin.
So tell me this.
I wish I would have bought it back when. Why do I miss the boat on so much?
So tell me that. Why wouldn't you invest all your money to get overseas?
I have somebody
Invest all your money in
cover that
Bitcoin
bill.
and
He
put it
just
overseas.
he just wanted to know that we felt like he was real legit. She was real legit. I thought she was very legit.
Yeah, but we're still going to check.
Yeah.
I want to visit.
You want me to background check? You want to go
No,
visit her?
I want to either visit her or have her come here, but she can't. She walks. Maybe send a tour for her. I want it definitely, because she's too articulate. I just want to make sure
we've got a little.
Listen, people can put us together pretty easily.
The other big issue, though, is even if we bail her out, how does she pay for this going forward?
She said she
has someone
she has
who
a
will
budget.
bail her out.
Okay.
No, she said she has a budget.
No, but you said you have someone willing to pay the bill?
To get her turned back on.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm
That's what Mark's saying about going forward.
I'm going to go visit,
Right.
okay? We're going to get together.
Yeah.
I'm going to work it out, but I'm not going alone because I don't ever want to be accused of anything. I will go.
You can borrow my muscle.
Are you going to do it today?
You don't want to be accused. Oh, I didn't even
Only
think of
because
that.
I was just
True.
She needs
I
her.
can't do it today. I don't have time. I have a
Then she really.
But
How?
we can have a deputy go or one of our people. But
Where
I
is
can't
she?
go today. I can't go today.
Thornton. She says Thornton.
Is it, I don't know if it's a house or apartment. She said house.
Hi, Tom Martino here.
Welcome, 303-713-TALK. Doug, what's going on with you, Doug? Welcome. What's happening?
So I'm sending an email to you guys. I purchased a horse for my son for high school rodeo, and the horse pulled a suspensory ligament.
Yeah.
And after having him checked out for that, they did a radiograph on him and saw that it was previously torn before I had bought the horse.
Now, did you have a vet check when you bought him?
I did have him vet check, yeah, but
you did, and they didn't pick up on anything. Did they see him in motion?
They did. Yeah.
Help us non-equine people and tell us what that is. What are we talking about?
So they went through and basically generally just checked him out for, stretch him out and check everything.
What ligament did you say it was?
It's a suspensory ligament in the rear leg.
It's like an ACL, for example, or
how would I?
Yes, basically.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of like the thigh. Well, what would you call it on a horse? I don't know.
It kind of goes from the hoof up to the knee, I would say.
Okay, the calf. I mean, I guess you wouldn't even call it that, but
So he literally can't walk on it or barely put any weight on it.
Well, hold on. Now it was previously injured, but see, here's the deal, though. If you had him vet checked and your vet didn't pick up on it, it's hard to say that this guy sold a horse knowing he was defective. Yeah, a previous injury doesn't necessarily mean your horse, you have to report that. I mean, if you have it, if a horse, I know if my horse pulled a ligament and I'm selling my horse, I'm not going to say, oh, by the way, a year ago or two he pulled a ligament. I mean, I wouldn't mention anything unless it was a recurring problem or something that I knew could have repercussions. Except I'd never sell a horse anyway, so it doesn't matter. But here's the deal. How old is the horse?
He is 12.
And what kind?
He's a Garula, quarter horse.
Okay. Now, what are the consequences of this ligament pull?
Well, so I bought the horse for roping, and for my son, like I said, and he can no longer be a roping horse
At all. But I'm not. But I'm not so sure anybody wronged you. Now, I'm not saying they didn't. There are a lot of shady people in the horse business. You know, they inject them. They do all kinds of stuff to get them past the vet check or to get them past a test ride, and then they fall apart. I don't know anything about where you bought it. Does this guy or woman have a good reputation?
Well, I bought it from, unfortunately, I bought it from a roofer, so you should know better than that.
A roofer? Who happened to have a horse?
Yeah, that's a long story.
What did you pay for this horse?
$15,000.
$15,000. Okay.
Yep.
Therefore, you definitely should have a substantial horse. Otherwise, what about his lineage? You must have paid that for a reason. Did he have a performance record or good lineage? What?
He was an incredible roping horse. Incredible.
So he had some wins under his belt.
Oh yeah, lots of them.
Okay.
And he came from a roping camp. So Mike Beers, who's a professional roper, that's where he came from.
Okay, so we're talking about a horse that has seen the ropes, so to speak.
Yep.
And
incredible.
But why does this retire him? I don't understand it.
Because since he had this previous injury before that nobody told us about, then, you know, he should have never been roped on, because what happens when they start hooking onto a steer and turning them, they're putting all that pressure on that leg and that ligament, and that's why it tore again.
He brings up an interesting question. He's selling a sport horse, for lack of a better word, and if because of that injury...
It's an athletic. That's exactly what they're called.
It can't do it. I mean, that is kind of bizarre.
He's fit, but I don't know if you get a warranty for a specific purpose. Did you...
If this is and I found another, you know, it so happened that I took the horse to the same vet that this guy had taken him to, so yeah, they knew. So these things should have been addressed.
So let me ask you this: at the time you bought the horse, was it not recommended for roping? In other words,
no, it was sold as a roping horse. That's
that's what I'm saying.
Roping camp.
It was sold as a roping horse, but what I'm saying is, was the owner, the seller, ever told this horse should not be used for roping?
No.
So then
I don't know. I shouldn't say that.
Let me ask you this, Doug. Let me ask you this straight up. Do you think you got ripped? Do you think this guy knew what he was doing and he ripped you off?
Yes.
You do? Well then, how? If you just said you don't think he was told that he's not good for roping, how did he rip you off?
Well, I found out that he had another previous injury to his front knee, and so I think that once he had this, he mended this up, and he decided it's time to get rid of the horse.
Yeah, but what makes you think he knew that the horse would not be good for roping?
I think that this is hearsay. I would say that the Littleton Equine would tell him that no, you shouldn't be roping on this horse, just like they told me.
But what I'm asking, you went to Littleton Large, did he?
Yes.
He was a client, a patient of Littleton Large. Had they told him? That's what I'm asking. Had they told?
They cannot release me that information.
Well, they can with a lawsuit. They can with a lawsuit.
And that's where I'm at. Do I go for a lawsuit?
Here I would go far enough to get the records, because here's for one thing for damn sure. If you sell a horse for roping, and that Littleton Large told them that he should not be used for roping, you got fraud right there.
Now I tried to track this guy down to do a lawsuit. I've gone through all that. I have a lawyer, everything, but he has since disappeared.
How much are these horses?
Well, he's 50. This one's 15 grand. A good roper can be $50,000-$60,000. I mean,
this is a high school roping horse. So we go to his house, and he's gone, and of course his landlord finds our letter from our attorney and calls me and says, yeah, he's gone. He owes me $20,000. When you find him, please let me know. So
okay, so hold on. We got a serious problem then. He probably is a dirtbag. So when you say he's gone, he's a roofer. What was he doing with this horse?
His son, who's a couple years older than my son, was roping on him.
Where's the son at? Do you know where the kid's at?
Yeah, I know where his kid is at, but his kid won't give up his dad.
Well, you can put bamboo shoots under the fingernails, but I wouldn't recommend it. How old is the kid?
21.
Okay, so what you need to do is, first of all, you need to get a lawsuit started. We need to figure out how to find him and serve him. He's a roofer. Did he leave the state?
I think he's living in in Colorado Springs area, but he's living at what I hear is like one of the Airbnbs or wherever they are.
What's his name?
And his name is Alan Huskin.
Huskin.
How do they compel?
AAA roofing out of,
how do they compel during
Huskin?
How do they compel the vet during discovery to give the medical records? I'm not understanding the connection.
Because if you're suing a guy for fraud and it's contingent on that medical record, you serve this guy with the discovery.
Okay.
Not the vet. Now, you can serve the vet, right? So, Gigi, you can go straight to the vet if a court... no, Mark, when it comes to discovery, that stuff is all... That stuff, there's no HIPAA anyway for animals. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know that.
But you definitely... And if this guy won't give up the records, Alan... Huskin, he's going to be in contempt of court. I mean, this is a real law. If you file a real lawsuit...
Well, that's what I meant, though, because this guy, if you can't find him, can he still go through discovery without serving this guy and compel the vet to give the info?
I mean, you could get a judge if you prove all these attempts and all of your efforts to maybe do a John Doe type service. But then, you know, you're going to spend all this money and
well, that was my
are you
second
ever going to
point.
get a dime?
He owes this other guy 20.
But here's what I'm saying. Okay, here's the bottom line. I'm saying you go far enough to see the discovery, and obviously, if he's committed fraud, then you're right, Mark. What's the next thing? If this guy has no money, he spent that money, or it's up his nose, or wherever it is, it's gone. I mean, I don't even know what the chances of you, Doug, ever getting that, unless you can sell this horse as a rec horse. Is it good for recreation?
Oh, he's a great horse. Yeah, but you know that makes his value 5,000 to 8,000.
He can't do barrel racing.
No. He's a trail horse now, or a ranch horse, or you know.
He's a good horse, obviously, but just not performance. This is terrible.
You can't be doing any tight turns, things like that on him. You know, which is barrels, poles, or roping where you're pulling a steer with him. You just can't be putting that kind of tension on that back leg.
All right. Here's what I say. We try to find Alan Huskin. We'll give you the name of our private eye. You try to find him. I don't know what else you can do. And then serve him and go far enough for the discovery. But again, you may just want to sell the horse for a recreation horse and do the best you can. Let's talk about Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. People want to know more about this as far as the test drives. Well, with hearing aids, you get a period of 2 or 3 weeks. You get to use a hearing aid, a high-end hearing aid. First, you go to the office and get evaluated. Then, they will fit you with one of the things they think will work the best as a hearing device. And then you get to try it out with no obligation. They also are actually letting people try out the tinnitus treatment as well. And that's incredible. That's called the Syncra. There are more details to that because it's a longer and more involved procedure, and you have to call them for details. But what you need is you need to at least contact them if you have a hearing loss or you have tinnitus or both. You may have one or the other or both. They have pioneered treatment for tinnitus, and the latest one, Syncra, is holding out so much hope of permanently getting rid of that ringing in your ears. 303-534-0163. 303-534-0163. Look for Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center on my referral list at referralist.com.
Simply Floors, Inc. is the best flooring company out there. I've got to tell you, I've known Buddy Mitchell now for a long time. If you need hardwood, you need luxury vinyl tile, which is great. It's waterproof, goes in mudrooms, kitchens, everywhere.
Actually, I wouldn't bother with anything but luxury vinyl tile now. I'm saying,
really?
It looks just like wood, Mark. I would, honest to God, and the price is fantastic.
It's beautiful.
You never have to worry about wood.
And he comes to you.
You don't have to worry about this stuff ever. If you just give it a chance and look at it, you can even get those dull finishes that look like distressed wood. It's unbelievable. And you can get it to look like stone. He has like savings compared to a regular store of about 40%, I figured.
Easily 40%, and then he's got a beautiful showroom if you do want to head down there.
Yeah, you can mostly, he does stuff anywhere you want, but I would have him come to the house, because then while you're there, he'll measure and everything. You can get it you can get it done quicker. Or you can go to his showroom.
SimplyFloorsInc.com, simple as that. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
You can actually book on that website right there.
Everything.
Yourself. You can schedule your own in-home visit. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
This report is brought to you.
No, I had already done it. I just want you to know that.
Oh.
I wasn't,
Not today you did.
No, but Mark, when I do, like I said, like if Paul comes in and I say, oh, you should go wink and wink, and then I say, by the way, wink and wink, blah, 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 but it's not on their scheduled day, I just check it and move it.
But where it's getting confusing is,
So if you tell me this, I'll
he
never do that
literally
again, because I did it.
He literally has one a day.
No, I know that.
Okay.
And on that day, obviously, there were two, obviously.
Then that's fine. Then it would have been. Then it's cool.
No, I know it was.
Okay.
But I didn't say to him that day, take them off the log, I already did it.
Got it.
I checked off mine, but it doesn't matter. I mean,
That's the only confusing part about this one.
Okay. But from now on, because he does it like that, one a day, like with Frank Duran,
Yep.
I don't do it like that for Frank because he has one a day.
Yeah.
If you're looking for treatment for addiction, now, if you personally are looking for it, great. Most people who are looking for treatment aren't going to make the call, okay? Not right away. But the loved ones do. No matter what the situation, if you're looking for treatment for a loved one or for yourself, we've had this special number set up just for me and my listeners. Let me just tell you why. Over the years, because people hear me solve problems, they have called me on and off the air and said, Tom, can you help us with this problem? My son is a heroin addict, and I've gotten calls from addicts, and we can probably name about a handful of people that we've changed their lives by getting them into treatment. So they set up this number. I said the only way we can really advertise is if you have a number where people can call and just feel free to talk. Like, what do I say to my son, or what do I say to my daughter, or how do I bring up the conversation, or what can you do, or what does it cost, and what do you do the medical blood work, nutrition, and supplements? Yes. Do you do the behavioral counseling? Yes. Do you help with this or that? All of these questions about even the Raleigh House or other treatment, just treatment in general, you can call this number, okay? 720-893-5559 for any questions regarding treatment for addiction. That's for pain pills, that's for alcohol, that's for meth, cocaine, whatever. 720-893-5559. Their website, with multiple locations, by the way, around the metro area, the website is theraleighouse.com.
So this showed up. This is from when we did the small business seminar on the 360 camera. It's so weird. Why is it here now?
Would you put it up there? Mark, did that 360 camera, should we do that? Should we do one in the middle here?
We can give it a shot. It works pretty good, but it's like its own little...
I want to get these cameras mounted. I want to get real about this.
I am terrified.
Like that?
I'm terrified about anything.
If we do it,
a light bulb, we almost got a fucking shot.
Fortune 500 companies lease.
No, but if we mount it like with removable lights,
I asked what's his face if I could do it, even Velcro or whatever. He said, no, I need to do that. Dominic.
No, we'll let him do it.
Okay, then let's just have him do it.
I'm going to talk to him. We need to get real about it. So we could just come in and turn them off?
Well, we still got to set up.
Alliance is the obvious one for your business. Learn more at alliance.lease. That's right, just type
But yes.
alliance.lease. Alliance.
Really, I just love to get this one replaced.
Nothing is more important than your health. Hi, I'm Donnie, president of Fitness Gallery Superstore.
And put that one right there. Well, let's here's the light.
We're celebrating 20 years of keeping Colorado in shape with 20 to 40% off everything. All treadmills, ellipticals, exercise bikes,
They
and
do
home gym
multiple
on
shows
sale.
in here.
We celebrate our
Oh, yeah.
anniversary with huge discounts and
Ron's
our
one,
manufacturers,
Brown.
True Fitness, Tough Stuff Strength, and Hampton, which all
And then
carry
the
the best
weekend.
warranties
And then a
in the
bunch of,
industry.
during the week, they'll record those brokered weekend
I can
shows.
say some really nice people use the studio, some real assholes use the studio, some real angels use the studio, some real devils use the studio.
Handsome.
Some real handsome people use the studio, some real ugly people use the studio.
Never regret buying quality. Two convenient locations.
So if you live in Thornton, you want to go up there, is that what?
She's saying do it today. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing, you should go up and see that.
That's not Thornton, that's Denver. I don't know why she said Thornton.
What's the address?
I'm getting it right now.
Don't say it on the
We could go see that computer place.
Shape since
What computer place?
Computer bargains.
Show and find
What
out.
about it?
Well, I was going to look.
They call that a finder? That's
You
weird.
kind of want someone to come to his place.
For what? To go see it?
Yeah. And he's the one that.
Is he ready to go?
Yeah, well, I think so. He just went on the bargain.
Oh my God.
So tiny.
What's tiny?
Is it a house?
No, but I think it's an apartment.
We gotta send somebody. We gotta visit this woman and see if she's for real.
Well, they're saying she needs it today.
Well, I'm not gonna write a check today for somebody that we don't know.
No, someone's saying that they'll pay for it.
Right. Suzanne said she's got someone.
Maybe I'll just drive up real quick.
Take a video.
No, absolutely. I want to see it. She sounded so normal. I hate to even say that.
No, but
it's
you know what? If this woman had her mom with her all the time and really gave her personal attention, and I'm telling you, man.
I wonder if the mom really killed herself.
Really? He lives
Even like the fact that she thinks that is
And then
sad.
leaving his daughter like this. How did his daughter get through
Right,
all that?
right.
Right. How to negotiate as far as the funeral and everything? Yeah, I agree.
Here's the street.
Hey, I was going to do a live taste test between Coke Zero Original and the new Coke Zero. I don't even have time. I get so bogged down with other stuff. Bob, what's going on with you? Hello, Bob.
Hello, Tom. I was just wondering how your surgery went and whether your vision has...
My vision right now is 2015. It's better than 2020, and I'm still swollen in the left eye a bit, and my left eye is a tiny bit blurry here and there unless I blink a lot, so it's dry. But I'm telling you, it's the greatest thing. I have two new lenses. I'm telling you, Icon has it down, man, when it comes to this new technique to just clear lens exchange, it's called. I had no cataracts. I just decided I wanted new lenses that focused. And man, is it unbelievable. Unbelievable what I can read. It is.
Oh, that's exciting. I have an appointment with them Monday.
Okay, great. Now listen, you want that the Symphony lens probably, and that's the one that will focus for you, and it's... now, here's the deal. If you've never had LASIK, it's going to be even easier, and they can get it even more accurate than if you had laser. Did you have a LASIK, I mean?
Well, I had radial keratotomy.
Oh.
Even worse.
That's old school, right?
Yeah, I'm wondering if they'll let you know. But here's what's great is they literally remove your lens and put in a new one. Literally, just put in a new one, and it'll never get cataracts ever. And they don't wear out. It's not like your eyes where you need glasses again. Your eyes are not going to change. So that's pretty cool. I can't say enough about it. Seriously. All right, let me take Gerald, who's been waiting a while. Gerald, what's going on?
Hey, just a quick question. So the fence blew down in our backyard between our neighbors.
Yes.
And I've just been getting the runaround because we rent and they own.
Okay.
Is there anything between me and my landlord we can say or do? Because it stares right into our kitchen, my daughter's bedroom.
Well, whose fence is it?
We had a fence guy come out, and we thought it was our fence. Turns out it's his fence.
Okay, if it is his fence, can you compel him to put it up? The answer is no, not really, even if it's a privacy issue. We are short on time, but we can talk about this more if you want to come on tomorrow. Thank you, winkandwink.com. Save all your problems for me. When it comes to servicing your car, let's go right to the heart of the matter. Alaramas.
Lady?
Oh, yeah. No, we'll call you. I want to call you.
Okay, call me on that
I
one.
want to put this, give it to me, and I'll call.
Perfect.
Suzanne
has it.
Then it's a chance to get you on again.
Because she said she don't want to come on because she's got social anxiety.
No, we'll do it.
But we can
call Gigi and we'll make it on Monday or something.
Whenever.
It'll be a good experience.
Maybe I have that.